I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's early. Welcome to Jets Chaos. Is it time the AFC East takes us seriously and stops acting like a joke? I think it is. I think it's time. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about how you can call in if you want, because today is a call in show. If you so choose to call in, you can call in, which is fun, fun, fun. And I will be back right after. This is exactly why we're not going to be a joke this season, Modine.
Don't not be Thibodeau. And here it comes. It's about to come in. Oh my God. They didn't. They took Sauce Gardner. Oh my God, they don't want an edge. Maybe he likes Jermaine Johnson at 10. Then we're not going to get a wide receiver?
Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. Oh my God, no edge.
Was sitting there
just the Jets traded up. The Jets traded up. Are we taking JJ? Are we taking JJ? Because I know Braden is in New Zealand saying, we should get 9, Mike. He's definitely saying that. JJ! We got Johnson! We got Johnson at 26! We got Johnson at 26! This is great! Yes! They took Roger McCreary, they didn't take Dean, and we traded up. We can get the Kobe Dean. We can get the Kobe Dean. It really is. They took Breece Hall. Wow. I mean, look, I love Breece Hall. But there's also Jeremy Ruckert, who I think is the best tight end in the class personally. They took Jeremy Ruckert. Yes! We got a Jeremy. Oh, and the Jets pick, and it's Max Mitchell, offensive tackle. We needed that. That's wow. We took Michael Clemens. I never heard of him. A defensive edge.
No, Modine, it's not because I got excited. It's because I'm smart enough to recognize when the team added enough good players. And I don't have this prejudice against Zach Wilson like you do because because you're still in love with Sam Darnold and you can't get over the fact that he sucks and we got rid of him and we were smart to get rid of him. But anyway, look, Maximilian, I'm not asking for anybody to respect us. I couldn't care less if the AFC respects us or not. I could not care less. I don't care if the NFL doesn't respect us. I don't care. Because I believe they're going to respect us. Every team that doesn't take us seriously is going to pay a very, very big price. And why? It's not because I got excited. It's why I got excited. It's because we have just filled this roster with so much talent that we're talking about which good players that we're going to have to cut. Because that's the kind of team we're becoming. The kind of team that has to cut good players that other teams will be sitting there salivating over. Guys, they can't believe we're setting loose because, I'm sorry, in some rooms, we're just super, super deep. Now, I'm not going to exaggerate. I know we have an emotional attachment, or a lot of people have an emotional attachment to people like Kenny Yeboah. No one in the league is going to go nuts because the Jets release Kenny Yeboah. I'm not saying that. He might not even get picked up, but then again, he might. But, there are guys, though, that are going to get released, that played okay last year. I'm not saying that people are going to come and offer millions of dollars, but, for example, at safety, we might have to release, Elijah Riley, or I don't think they're going to, but some people predict Pinnock. And that's crazy. 2 years ago, would we release – 16 months ago, we were drafting Pinnock. And he was actually better than we thought he was going to be for where he was drafted because he ended up playing pretty decent safety, if you ask me. So, I just think that we're going to be a lot more competitive. And that people who laugh, everybody's laughing and marks us as a win on their schedule. And I don't blame them. Maximilian, I don't blame them. Am I saying your name wrong? I'm sorry if I am. Maximilian? I don't blame them. I'm just simply saying that we are going to go out and we're going to earn some respect. And some teams are going to figure it out. Look, it has to happen some year. If you've been a Jet fan for years, you'll know that we just don't suck every year, forever. It's never been like that. We've been competitive. So the cycle has to end. It always has. It always has ended. Remember the very late 80s, early 90s, into the mid 90s? We sucked. And then Parcells came and we were good. And we fell off a little bit, and then we were good again with Herm Edwards. Then we fell off a little again, and then boom, we were in 2 AFC championship games. It's a cycle. So if not now, when? When, I ask you? Anyway, Dakota, you know what I'm saying, brother. It's ridiculous that people just don't see what we're doing and see the pieces that we're adding, because we're adding good pieces. But we're going to earn that respect. Who's this? Ryder and Talon's PA. Hey, welcome, man. We will shock all the yeah, I love it, man. Welcome. And you'll find out I don't miss. I could sniff out a newbie any day of the week. If you like this content and you like this show, you hit that subscribe button on your way out when you're done watching. And you can hit the like button as well. Steve Engel, my man from New Jersey, who doesn't like Wawa. Mo Dean laughing out loud. It's more necessary roughness. The team is not going to suck. I don't know what our record's going to be. We have a very, very tough schedule, but we're going to be competitive. We're not going to be an easy walk-over team. We're not. I mean, some games we will, but like every team has bad games. But I'm just saying it's not going to be like last year. Nope. I'm telling you. I don't want to argue with Mo about it because Mo Dean so far is like 95% accurate. Everybody calls him a troll, but I gotta tell you guys something, okay, about Mo Dean. Everyone was calling him a troll. People were attacking him last year. And it's not that Mo Dean was wrong. It's like everything he predicted happens. So for right now, Mo Dean sits on top. I call him King Mo Dean. He's king. But I say his streak of the Jets losing is going to end. And the Jets sucking is going to end. And he's going to have to admit that he was wrong. And that this was the year he finally was wrong. And I hope he's happy about to be wrong. Sometimes I do wonder. Sometimes I wonder if Mo Dean cares more about his pride and ego. Like he roots for them to lose so he can laugh at all of us and say, I told you they suck. Or if they win, will Mo Dean be happy? I'm just kidding. Of course Mo Dean's going to be happy if they win. He's a Jets fan. Jets are up and down, 6 down. We'll finally be a good team again. Yeah. 10-7 would be great, wouldn't it? Wow, that's my high end. Like that's my high of the range. But, you know. I know that you're not saying we're going to suck, Steve. Steven, you've always been a strong, have faith Jets fan. You know, that's what we do. We go in believing and we get our hearts broken. That's what we do. But all I'm saying is 1 year it won't get broken. Well, it will get broken. It'll just get broken later in the year than we thought it would. Like, oh my God, we have a shot at the playoffs, and then we lose the last game or something. You know, that's the thing. If you don't, let's be honest. If you don't win the Super Bowl, 31 teams have their heart broken every year. The fans, right? It's just win. Now you could overperform or perform well, and at the end, when you breathe, say it was a good year and we made progress, and I'm glad. But that doesn't take the sting away from that game when you lose, when you realize you're out of it. It hurts. And even if you're like the Cincinnati Bengal fans, I mean, they can look back at it now and say we had a great year, but don't think they didn't have their hearts broken when they lost that game in the Super Bowl. They did. So only one team walks away without having their heart broken. That's what being a football fan is. It's not easy. You know, you're doing right things when the trolls come out. We don't have trolls here, though. I got to be honest. We don't. I mean, once in a while we get them, but like sometimes. But there's no regular troll here. Like I said, I'll defend Mo Dean till the day I die. He just has a different approach, but he's He's been right. So it's like you can't call somebody a troll if they're right. You know, if he was mad when they were winning and saying they stink when they're winning, I would start questioning him. But I don't think he'd do that. I think he'd say, I'm really happy the Jets are winning. He'd probably be cautious optimist because he's been burned. Right, Mo? You're a bit older than me, my age or older. So you've been burned through the years. So even if they're winning, you're going to have some doubts, right? You're not going to be screaming, we're going to the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, you're the kind of guy that, and there's nothing wrong with this, you're not going to count your chickens before they hatch. If and when we ever get a ring and get that Lombardi trophy, then you'll be happy. Jets are cooking with gas. I like the direction we're going, guys. I like the direction. Jets have no Super Bowls except for the one they got when dinosaurs really hurt them. Look, I it's my lifetime. My lifetime, they've never won a Super Bowl or been in a Super Bowl in my lifetime. Tom Bon Jovi, my good friend, I need to ask you if you were going to the opener. I need to know if you'll be there. The energy in the stadium week 1, we are manifesting a win. Are you going to be there, though, Tom? Are you going to be there is the big question. Is Mark Reese going to be there? 3-5 or 4-3 before the bye. Let's go. 3 wins before the bye. 3-5 before the bye, as we all know, if we study the schedule, is not horrible. It's not the end of the world. We actually, 3-5 would actually surprise a lot, specifically the doubters. I wouldn't be shocked by it, but it would surprise a lot of people. 4-3 is a dream. 4-3, we legitimately, and not be laughed at, actually start considering the playoffs based on what's going on in the AFC. But remember, as good as everybody says the AFC West is, they still have to beat up on each other. So we don't know what record will get you in. It's not about how good the division is, or the East or the West or the NFC or the AFC. It's not about how good. It's about the parity. So if you have a lot of really good teams in the AFC, that's a lot of parity, which means there's a lot of teams beating up on each other, especially in a division like where the Chargers and the Raiders and Kansas City and Denver's got to beat up on each other all year. So some of those teams are going to have poor records. You'll see. But anyway, did I not give you my Tom Bon Jovi welcome? You ride in on a steel horse. You're fearless and you're wanted, dead or alive. Okay, the Jets are the most young, talented team in the league right now. I would say that we're one of the top young teams in the league right now. I haven't studied every team enough to say that we're definitively the best young, talented team in the league. But we definitely seem like a really good young, talented team. So I don't know how many teams I'd put above us. As long as Joe Namath is still alive, we can't expect good things. You believe that curse? If we are competitive this year but only win 5 games in this tough AFC, do you think Saleh should be fired? Because I don't. I wouldn't either. No. And I think that you bring up a really, really good point. I think the point you bring up is it's not only about the record, it's about how did we come by the record? Like, how did the record happen? And if we're competitive in all the games and a lot of the things are going well, and it's a tough schedule and it's a learning year, if there's key injuries again, things like that. There's a lot of things. I think they're all in on Douglas for this year and next year. I think that it was like they basically starting last year had 3 seasons. Now, if we came out and we weren't competitive and we got blown out again in games and every game was looking like the Colts game and the New England games, if that was to happen and we were to finish 3-13 and go backwards, I can't make any guarantees. I don't know what would happen. But as long as we win more games than we lost and we're competitive and we make every game competitive, I don't think the coaches are going anywhere. Possibly the defensive coordinator if the defense doesn't improve. The Pats didn't have a Super Bowl until Brady. Well, that's not true. The Pats were in the Super Bowl in 1987, and they got crushed by the Bears. Right? Was it the Bears that crushed them? I think the Bears beat them in 85. And I think they were back in 87 or something. Oh, no, that was when Buffalo started going. Oh, right before Buffalo. But I think New England was in a couple of Super Bowls before Brady. Yeah. Dakota, let's not get carried away. No, there's nothing wrong with getting carried away. There's nothing wrong with it. You're allowed to be an excited fan. I want to see the Jets stop Miami fans getting into the playoffs by beating them the last game of the season. Well, that would feel good. Taking something from them, they've certainly taken enough from us. That would feel very good. Namath was like the Elvis of football. Kind of was. When you go to a fan channel and talk about how they suck, you're a troll. Yeah, but he is a fan. Like, if you're talking about Modine, like he is a fan. I don't think Mo says that they suck. I think Mo says Mo doesn't like Zach Wilson. So he doesn't think we could win with Zach Wilson as our quarterback. Nah, Nathan's a legend. First to even throw for 4. Yeah, well, look, Namath did what Namath did, right? He won the most important game. He helped win the most important game in the history of the NFL. So and he pulled off a spectacular upset, and he led the team. He was a leader. There's no denying or taking away what Namath did. Now, statistically, he wasn't the greatest quarterback, but that's okay. He did what he had to do. Grown men will shed tears. I'm probably one of them. What's my brother saying? The Jets are going to go 500 or close to it this year, playoffs next year or two, and then the superb owl is possible. Oh, the Super Bowl is possible. But you did that on purpose. Superb owl. I like that. I like that kind of thinking. That's what we've been saying all along. Only now did it become we have to win this year. Like in the beginning, a year and a half ago, we were saying, like, strip the team down, start building it. This year with the new pieces, after getting the draft picks, show some improvement, show potential, and then in 2023, be competitive. Just saying, we're not exactly off schedule, guys. Yeah, we're talking about Namath like crazy. Crazy is still our only friend. That's crazy, Jack King. That's crazy. I say that if Ken, like we were jinxed in that way. If Ken O'Brien never gets hurt, he does it. I mean, it's amazing that he didn't get 4,000 yards, Ken O'Brien. Amazing. With the shootouts I used to have with Marino, it's absolutely insane. If he never got hurt when we were 10-1, maybe that season, and then Chad Pennington, if he never hurts his rotator cuff, maybe he ends up being a 4,000-yard passer. Maybe Testaverde in 98. It seems like that it gets taken away from us year after year. Only a Jets Super Bowl would read them. Too much time with that one. Nothing else will do. But we got it. But we can't expect it this year, Mo. It's just not, nobody. The condition is not that you have to turn it around and build it in 1 year. I mean, we just have to be patient with this run. Now, it has to happen this run. I agree with you. We need for it to happen this run. It's a call-in show, V-Man. It's a call-in show. I didn't see it ring. Did you try to call? Dakota, he's a jinx. He haven't won anything since he said no. He's not a jinx. What are you talking about? Dakota is only new to the channel this year, so they haven't played the game. You can't say, oh, you're joking. Okay. We haven't won anything since. Okay. We haven't lost anything either. I need more. It is a call-in show. The number is flashing across the screen. 916-585-4216. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. Guys, we're the ones that have lost. There's no jinx. It's just that we need to be better. We had owners who did a lousy job in bringing in people who can run an organization. And now finally they step back and it seems like they may have hired the right person. We'll find out. Yeah, a lot of people lost all their Super Bowls. Buffalo, Minnesota, Jags, no Super Bowls still. Yeah, well, they're a newer franchise, to be fair. But the Jets, it only took 3, their third one. And it was like, their 7th or 8th year since they had changed their name to the Jets? So, Browns, no Super Bowl still. So the Browns never won, and they've been around forever. Well, you're talking about the Browns and then the new Browns, right? But Cleveland never did. When that organization finally won a Super Bowl, they were in Baltimore, and Cleveland had a new team. But, like the former Cleveland Browns from the old days consider the Baltimore Ravens, like, who's their history? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's very confusing. Who's their history? Chargers, no Super Bowl still. They haven't won one. They've been in one. Bengals, no Super Bowl still. Yeah, look at that. Yes, I will be there week 1. Cool, Tom. That's going to motivate me to make sure I get out there. That's right. I'm thinking of flying east, baby. Getting out to game 1, game opener. Meeting my boy, Tom Bongiovi. Tom Bongiovi. Let's see. Oh, I always lose my place on this thing. Our new guy's making a comment. Let me see where he is here. There we go. 45 years watching this team. I need this to happen soon. Hey, I feel you. I feel you. Me and my friend talk about it all the time. We're like we're not going to live forever. You know, I'm in the second half of my life. Like, they need to win one. This is just too much. 45 years. I'm at about... I joined in about 4 years behind you, Ryder, and Talon's PA. Ryler and Talon's Pa. I joined about 81, 82-ish. Sounds like you got on board like 78-ish. Plenty of teams right now still with 0 waiting for 1, while the Jets have had their first for 53 years now. Yeah, but I don't care. I mean, like, to me, it's like not about any of that anyway. All I know is I've watched football my whole life, and I've never seen my favorite team win the Super Bowl. So, yeah, we're a great team when we talk throwback, but that's a long time ago. So, Steve Engel and Tom Bongiovi, 2 friends that met on a Jets chat. Jets were a top team back in the 60s. Well, we won the Super Bowl in 69. I believe they'll be fine for the future. I'm with you, Dakota. We will become a winning team after years of misery. I have no doubt about it. Because I've lived through it. I've lived through us stinking and then becoming a team that's a winning team. I just haven't gotten the Super Bowl. PJ Burkett says, F the Pats, and I agree. Tired of them. Super Bowl 3 was fixed. They needed the AFL to win. Well, I don't know about that. You start talking like that, man. But you never know. I mean, anything's possible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Could have been fixed. Steven, my brother, all is good over here. Oh, you guys are chatting. Pats were still nothing before TB12. My grandfather is from Rhode Island. He grew up a Pats fan. Tells me to this day how horrible they once were. Yeah, the Patriots were just like the Jets for a long time. Like, they would make runs. I mean, they made a Super Bowl, but they would also have runs where they were horrible. Like, they used to be like us, like Miami, like battling us, and so we'd have runs where we were good, each of us, but never the dominant team, no dynasties, never the teams that were winning. Now, Buffalo had a great run of 4 Super Bowls, 4 AFC championships in a row. They just couldn't win a Super Bowl. I mean, a field goal kick that went wide right. That was the difference, or else they would have had their title. 1987 was Giants versus Denver. Remember the Walk Like a Giant fan song. Yeah, but that was the 86 season. That in the 87 Super Bowl, January of 87. Walk like an Egyptian. 96 or 97, I think. Pats came from nothing. Well, sometimes it just takes a coach and a quarterback, right? Mo is not going to get on the Zach train ever. I like Zach. I just don't think he's an NFL quarterback. Oh, so you like him as a person. Yeah. Well, what if he is, though, Modine? I wonder what would happen. What if Zach Wilson, Modine, let's just do an honest thing. No joking. Scenario. What if Zach Wilson threw 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and 4,000 yards this year? What would you say about him? Would you say it was the system and that we're still not going to win? Or would you say, wow, maybe I was wrong. Maybe we could have our quarterback. I'm curious. Talk about a backhanded compliment. He sounds like someone on your mail route. Yeah, but you know what? He does have to prove it, right, Dakota? I'm with you, Dakota. I love Zach Wilson, and I believe in him. But part of me deep down understands and knows that he has to prove it on the field. Until he does, until he starts putting up those numbers, we're just a couple of guys saying it. What's up, Dark Soldier? My brother. Crew. Dark is here. The soldier. The Dark Soldier. Wilson is not a bum. He's not going to be. Did I miss somebody trying to call in? Let me see something here. Is it not working? What's going on here? No. V-Man was going to try to call in, but Jets' first win will be against the Vikings. What is that? That's crazy pessimistic, dude. That's crazy pessimism. I don't know why you don't think we're going to beat Cleveland. Quite possibly. I don't know why you're so sure we're going to lose to the Ravens. I'm not saying we're favored against the Ravens, but come on, we got a shot at home to beat the Ravens. We have a shot. Lamar Jackson has struggled. He might turn around and have his best year. I'm not saying anything negative about Lamar Jackson, but he's got to prove it. I've seen the Ravens struggle. I've seen it. We beat Tennessee and Cincinnati last year. It's like every game is a chance. Every game, I don't care who we're playing. Every game is a chance. So, there's no point in thinking that way. We're going to get a win. We're going to find a way, and we're going to do it. I'm telling you, this team is going to win, and they're going to win more than you think. I do think it. Okay, so let's explain it. Let's explain how. How would it happen? A scenario. Now, this is a very optimistic scenario. Gitmo Bob hates that. Okay? So if Gitmo Bob comes in, I'm sorry about this. But for once in our lives, let's acknowledge the fact that positive things can happen. It's possible that things might click and things might go our way. So let's see if we go into the season without any major injuries. That's the first big thing that's hard to believe as a Jets fan. But let's say minor bang-ups, but we go in with the starting offensive line. We go in with all of our edge rushers and the bulk of our defensive line, right? And we don't have anything major. Let's just assume that. Okay, so that's the first thing that clicks. Boom, click. Now let's say Becton is fine. And let's say he takes off where he left off. Still has to develop as a pass protector a little bit. Not the best. Very good run blocker. Let's say they decide in this scenario that they put Fant on the left side. Not to punish Becton. Let's say they say Fant put up obscene numbers last year. Highest rated left tackle in a long time by the organization I hate, PPR or whatever the hell they are. But let's say they do. Let's say they stick him on the left side to go against the other team's best edge rusher, right? And you got him over there with Tomlinson. Then on the right side, you got AVT and Becton, right? And they're plowing the way for the run. And let's say they're all healthy and good. Now, McGovern, he has this thing. When you switch his coach and you switch his system, he stinks for 5 or 6 games, and then he gets better and better and better. He also plays to the level of guys around him. So McGovern's second year in the system was playing well. Top 15 center, maybe top 12 center, the last 5-6 games of the year. So let's say he comes in and he's a top 12, top 14 center. But let's say he's a little bit escalated because he's playing alongside these good guys, right? And we saw even with backups how good the system was working as they developed and got used to the system. So now let's say all of a sudden we have a good offensive line. Okay, now this is all optimism, right? We're saying, assuming everything goes the best that it can go for us. And I'm not saying that's likely, that everything will click. I'm just saying it's not impossible. It's not impossible that we're going to have a top 10 offensive line in the NFL. It's not impossible. If everything clicked, it could very easily happen. On paper, it's there. Okay, now you look at the running backs. Michael Carter was top 3 in the NFL after contact, with yards after contact. He was developing into a very good running back. He looked very good. He was excellent. Now he's got to stay healthy. Okay, then. But guess what? Running backs typically get better. So for whatever we saw from Michael Carter, first year to second year, they typically get better. Statistically, this has been backed up for 80 years of the NFL. Running backs get better their second year and then even better their third year. Then you add on Breece Hall. So who potentially could be a star. Maybe not, but we're assuming things will go well and Brees Hall will be pretty good. Right? Rookie running back won't be a superstar, maybe, but he'll be pretty good. So let's assume now all of a sudden we have a good offensive line with good running backs. Right away, you got yourself a running game. Right? Now you consider we brought in veteran tight ends that are proven blockers. Right? So there's no arguing that. We have two veteran tight ends who are capable blockers. So you have that. That's going to help the running game. So now suddenly we have a real legitimate reason to say we have a running game. Okay, now we look at the wide receiver room. We have an Elijah Moore who before he got hurt was exploding. He was blossoming. 4 games in a row with a touchdown. On pace to get over 1,000 yards. He was getting it together. Okay, then we add on Garrett Wilson, who's a special rookie. Now, we don't know if he's going to be great or superb his first year, but he's going to probably make some plays. And he's not someone you could sleep on in coverage. The defenders are going to have to worry about him. The guy has 4.3 something speed. You have to worry. You have to look at this guy. You can't just ignore him. Then you think about Corey Davis coming back. He's a capable wide receiver when healthy. He was going to get over 900 yards if he didn't get hurt. He gets 7-8 touchdowns. I mean, he's not bad. Then when you stick him with an exploding Elijah and this young, dangerous rookie, and then Berrios is your guy who's coming in, who's very smart and doesn't make mistakes. So you have a decent wide receiver room. I'm not going to say top in the league right now, but we're going to say decent. And suddenly adding to that, Brees Hall is a very good receiving running back. And by the way, those tight ends are much better than what we had as receiving tight ends. And by the way, there's this rookie, Jeremy Ruckert, who might be the best tight end in the country coming out of the draft as far as all-around tight ends. So there's that too. Now you have the biggest question mark on offense, and that's Zach Wilson. But let's say he takes off where he left off. Let's say he starts as the quarterback that protects the football like he did against Tampa Bay, like he did against Buffalo, like he did against Philadelphia. He's the more improved quarterback, the one that beat Jacksonville, the one that beat Houston. Let's say he's the improved Zach Wilson comes, okay? And he starts from there. And he's more comfortable, and he's more effective. And now he's getting more time. He's not under as much pressure. Suddenly, he's got a running game. That takes a lot of pressure off of him. Suddenly, the other team, to stop the run, has to put more men in the box. We all know this if we're football fans, what that means. It makes his life easier. And he's coming more experienced, had a full offseason to learn the system. So forget about Modine's negativity on Zach Wilson. I'm saying, let's say it clicks, and Zach Wilson, I'm not saying he's a Mahomes. I'm saying he takes the next step as a quarterback because he has more support, because he has a running game that's more effective. Suddenly, we have an offense, and I want to say one final argument of what can click for our offense. In this version or hybrid of the West Coast offense, wherever it's been implemented, and I'm talking about the Shanahan version, which is what LaFleur is implementing, wherever it has been implemented, in year 2, this offense goes up 8 to 11 points per game. Everywhere else. Now, is it guaranteed it's going to happen for us? No, but we put all the pieces in place for it to happen for us because we added so much talent to the offense. And in the key positions to understand the offense, we have a lot of guys returning, like the offensive line, the receivers, most of the receivers. That's really critical. And most important, the quarterback returning to the same system that he's had more time to learn. So there's a chance all of a sudden, you're going to see the Jets popping 28 to 30 points a game on average. Suddenly, you're going to see this possibility. Okay, now best case scenario, let's say Carl Lawson comes back and he's a beast. Let's say he was the guy from training camp last year. Let's say he resumes his career where he left off. I know it's a big if, but let's say he does. Let's say between Martin, who we picked up, who's a good edge, Jermaine Johnson, maybe Michael Clemens surprises. Let's say that we have a pretty good, rush. Vin Curry, whether he makes the team, whether it's Clemens who contributes, whether it's Huff stays on the team and contributes. Let's say all of a sudden we're getting real passing pressure from the outside. Let's say that moving JFM to the inside and hopefully Sheldon Rankins staying healthy with Q Williams. Let's say we win those battles in the trenches on defense. Suddenly we can be an improved defense. We start stopping the run a little bit better. And I'll talk about why we can also stop the run better, not just because of the defensive line, but as a unit. But suddenly we have something, because that's where the whole scheme is based on this defensive line playing well. Well, we're adding the tools to that for that's possible. It's possible if it clicks. Now, nothing complements a good pass rush than good cornerbacks. So when you talk about Sauce Gardner, who's looking spectacular, you talk about a proven Reed, and you talk about Michael Carter II, who had a great rookie year, who has nowhere direction to go but up. And then you have the depth of Bryce Hall and Eccles and Guidry. And we don't even know who we're going to hold on to. We're going to cut. We have so much depth. Isaiah Dunn, lots of depth, lots of guys who can come in if guys do get banged up. Then you add Whitehead. Now you got LaMarcus Joyner healthy. There's a lot more. Quincy Williams had a year to learn the offseason. Don't forget that last year, Quincy Williams had a lot of great plays and a lot of bad plays. You're going to look bad and have a lot of bad plays when you join a team with no camp and you're learning the system as you're playing in the NFL. That's not a good situation. So there's a lot of things that can click and go well for us. If we're running the ball really well, and that helps Zach, and he plays much better, and the tight ends make a big difference, and the running game is explosive, if all that's happening, and we're scoring 7 to 11 points more per game, which is something that's very believable and realistic when you look at the history of this offensive scheme, when you consider that, and then you consider the improvements we made on defense, it's not impossible that this could be a surprise year. Now, I know as a Jets fan, a million things can go wrong. A million things can go wrong and blow all of this up. But what if it doesn't? What if most of these things happen? I just can't see, as a football fan, forget about being a Jets fan, I can't understand as a football fan, anyone could argue that on paper, with things going well, that we cannot be a decent team. I just don't understand. I know we have to prove it, but to say that automatically we can't be or we're not going to be has to be explained to me. I don't know. I don't understand it. Why not? What is missing? What is wrong about what I'm saying if things were to click? So, I mean, we just have to hope. Thank you, Lee. My brother's, so if he says it's true, oh, believe me, it's true. And he doesn't even know Kurt Angle. What's going on, Cameron? What's going on, Ruggs? Pat these nuts. What do you think? I think that's funny. That's what I think. Yeah, we added a lot of talent. I already see Modina's in doubt. Modina, I've seen you be optimistic about everything but Zach, so don't pretend you don't think there's things to be optimistic about. Yeah, but, here's the thing, Pete. Miami has that in their history. We have the 69 Super Bowl, the most important game in NFL history. Miami has the undefeated season. But And you know what? We're no better than Miami, so I'm not talking crap against Miami, but Miami shouldn't talk crap against the Jets either, because Miami hasn't won a Super Bowl since that year. So it's just, you guys got to be in as much pain. It's weird. Miami fans walk around arrogantly as if they won Super Bowls. Like, it's been forever. You're in just as much pain as we are. So I don't understand the difference. As a matter of fact, since that game in 1972 or 73, whenever it was, yeah, you haven't been in as many AFC championship games as us. Now, you went to a Super Bowl, and we didn't. Against the Redskins, you went to a Super Bowl. We didn't. But we've been to more AFC championship games, especially in the last 20 years. Like since 1998, we've been in 3. So there's that. So I'm not talking crap against Miami. I'm just saying I don't know why Miami fans would give Jet fans a hard time and laugh at us, because you had Dan Marino and got no rings, and that's painful, man. Be hurt, a Miami fan, and knew that I had Dan Marino his whole career and didn't get one Super Bowl ring. That sucks. So it's not like you're in much better situation than we are as far as that. So I don't know why Miami fans laugh at Jet fans. I mean, lately you've gotten the better of us, but overall, there's nothing to brag about. You know, did you see the players, Pete? Have you seen the players that celebrate that Miami Super Bowl? They're old men. That's how long ago it was. They're old men. There's 5 of them left sipping champagne when a team finally loses. Okay? So that gives you an idea of how long ago it was. Like, I don't sit there when someone says Jets suck and say 69. We won in 69. So, I mean, who cares if you went undefeated? It's a nice thing that you have in your history, just like we have a nice thing in our history, right? So we have some nice things. It's totally irrelevant to what's going on in the NFL today. Who are the Jets? Except the Jets' nice thing really did impact the NFL and the way it is today. Who are the Jets' top 7 targeted pass catchers this year? Not stats, but who's getting the most balls thrown their way? Buffalo always has to come in there with one of these fun kind of questions. And he's sitting there with his pen and his little journal, and he's going to write it down. Top 7 targets. Okay, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, Berrios, Conklin. Is Garrett Wilson going to make the top? Yeah, Garrett Wilson. Breece Hall. And the other tight end, CJ. Or CZ or DZ or DK or Ozuma. That's my top 7. And you know what? I don't have to track it or keep track of it or worry about it, because Buffalo just wrote that down for me. So, because I know that at the end of the year, Buffalo Jets fans are going to come and remind me of everything I said. Can you guys imagine 10 to 15 years of winning records, playoff appearances every year, maybe 2 or 4 titles? Oh, yeah. I could definitely imagine it. And I'm sure Miami is imagining the same thing. And I'm sure that Buffalo is imagining the same thing. And we all as fans have the right to imagine it and dream about it. Moore, Wilson, Davis, Berrios. Yeah. So we're agreeing so far. Miami's still the only team to ever win it all. What 2-3 seasons after the Jets' first and only Super Bowl? I think the franchises are very similar in the suffering. If your measure of success is Super Bowl, which it should be, and winning a championship, we both haven't done it, and neither team has maintained a long-term dynasty like New England, like Pittsburgh, like Baltimore, like San Francisco, like Dallas. All these teams have maintained and had at times long-term dynasties that lasted a long time. And we haven't. And that's just reality. At least Buffalo had 4 Super Bowls in a row. At least they had some kind of run. Buffalo likes Zach. That's his take. Let's see. Guys, I'm sorry. I got lost in the chat. So if I skip you, I'm sorry. Snowball, what's up? Let me highlight you. Ooh, where are you? Each season, you are what your record says you are. Right now, we are all in the same boat, 0-0. I like that. I mean, it's not 100% true. I mean, because we do know who the players are and what our records were last year, but I like it. I like it. But you know what? We're 0-0. But I understand your point. Your point is we're 0-0, and I've seen so many teams go from worst to first. So we could be somewhere in the middle of that. We just have to go up. Holland MC will become a top two at running back. Yeah. And I think the Sauce and Reed are going to become a top duo. I think we're going to have top duos. I'm hopeful that Lawson and if JJ hits, you never know which edge is going to hit. Let's say JJ's the edge that hits and Lawson's great. That could be a hell of a duo. The Ravens were one of the top teams in stopping the run last year. Zach is going to have to get it done. Yeah, I get that. But if, again, our offensive line is going to be very good. And our running backs are very good. Maybe we're not going to run all over them. It might not be Indianapolis versus Jets, if you know what I mean. But that doesn't mean we can't have an effective running game. I mean, let's not build Baltimore out there. Not their potential is deep playoff run. I'm not denying that. But if you look at Baltimore the last 2 years, I mean, why is it this year we know that they're going to be so deadly? Because they haven't in the last 2 years. The last 2 years, they're not unbeatable. They're not. Look at their record the last 2 years. The Baltimore Ravens are not unbeatable. They're better than we are going in. They should be the favorites. They deserve to be the favorites, but they're not unbeatable. It's not like we're going into Buffalo. That's a harder game. I mean, nobody could argue that. The Green Bay game is harder. The Denver game is harder. Everybody's talking about AFC North. It's the AFC West. It's that Denver game that sucks. I'm glad we're not playing the whole West. Can you imagine if we were playing Kansas City and the Raiders and the Chargers? That'd be much worse. Much, much worse. Everybody's got to stop bitching. Cleveland is not going to have Deshaun Watson. Who are they going to have? Brissett? We're going to sit there and say we can't win that game? We got to have some faith as fans. Come on. Look at our players. If things click, we could beat these guys. We beat Cincinnati last year. We beat them. Hold on. Let me do it in my Malkovich voice from Rounders. We beat them straight up. We did. No excuses. We beat them with our backup quarterback, which Modine will say was the reason we beat them. I cut you off there, Modine. I didn't even give you the chance. I'm just going to keep hitting absolutely, Jeremy, every time I want to feel like feeling good about myself. That's Cameron. Cameron is, no one does that better than Cameron in my life. You know what I mean? No one. All I got to do is highlight a Cameron quote. It's like that guy that's in Saturday Night Live that looks in the mirror and goes, I love myself. I'm smart. I'm charming. You guys know what I'm talking about? We need to get off to a fast start, 2-2 after the first 4 at minimum. That would be amazing. That's exactly what I'm predicting, though. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. To me, that's the whole key. I don't care what people are saying about our schedule. I say we have to get off to a 2-2 start. Not have to, but I really want to. And I really think we can. I think the Pittsburgh game is a winnable game. I think the Raven game is a winnable game. I say we can win one of those 2 games, and I say we can beat the Browns. And I say that there's a long shot chance we beat the Bengals again. So, all in all, 2 of those will work out. We're going to win 2. We're going to go 2-2 in the first 4 games. Write that down, Buff. You got that, Buff? We're going to go 2-2. And Buffalo, if you want to come in here, let me know. I didn't send you the link, but I'll put the link in for you. Nobody's calling in. It's interesting. So I got to be more controversial. Dakota, I love your optimism. In my heart, I believe it. In my heart, I believe it, brother. I really do. It is a nice stat. I don't know which stat you're talking about. You're talking about the one where the amount of AFC championship games Miami's been in and the amount we've been in. I mean, it's like, and I'm not even being respectful. I'm not trash talking Miami. I'm just saying I just don't understand why their fans jump on us. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand why they jump on us. Like, they don't have that much to brag about. They really don't. Let's pump the brakes on Ruckert. No one considered him the best rookie tight end until the Jets drafted him. That's not true. That's not true at all. Chris Sims, very highly regarded. Chris Sims definitely had him ranked number 1. And when I say number 1, I'm not saying, Daniel, I'm not saying he was the number 1 pass catcher. I'm saying balanced. Like the other 2 or 3 tight ends that everybody loved are not good run blockers. They're not. Everybody, like anybody who says they are, is not doing their homework. Like Trey McBride, I love him. I had him as my number 1 for a long time. And then I realized I was taught and shown on tape by somebody who I'm not going to say who. I was shown on tape by someone who's had a lot more experience in training than I have, and showed me and said, shut up about Trey McBride. I go, you're right. And they said to me, he's good receiving tight end. They go, you want to watch the tape of what kind of blocker he is and compare it to Ruckert? There's no comparison. So when I say he could have been, he's arguably the number 1 tight end in college. That's what I'm saying. Arguably, because it depends on how you look at it. If you're saying balance, pass blocking and receiving, because the receiving is not a negative on him because he wasn't used in that system that way. Now, I'm not saying it's evidence that he's good. I don't know that he's going to be a great receiving tight end. The tape that there is on him looks good. What we do know about him is he's going to be a good blocking tight end, or we believe that about him. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun on anyone. That's why I didn't mention his name as a top 7 pass target. And that's why I'm not talking about him as a major contributor this year. I think that we have the luxury of developing Jeremy Ruckert and not relying on him. I think we have 2 veteran tight ends. I don't want to see Jeremy Ruckert have to play too much. I would like him to develop. And I 100% agree with you on every player. I will not get too high on any player, even Garrett Wilson. I'm very controlled on Garrett Wilson. I'm not sitting here saying he's going to be a superstar year 1. He's a rookie. We don't even know if he's going to pan out. We don't, because I'm right there with you, man. 40 years of watching football. Guys don't work out all the time. I mean, people will lie and say, I knew it, but it's bullshit. Nobody knew Vernon Gholston was going to be a bust like that. Nobody. No, maybe some, but come on. Excited about Vernon Gholston, right? Who would have guessed he never got a sack? 0 sacks. Right? Blair Thomas. Everyone laughs at us now like we're so pathetic. Every team in the league you know how many teams in the league wanted to draft Blair Thomas out of Penn State? We didn't know he was going to be a bust. So I totally am aware that any of these guys could be a bust. Totally aware. And I've prefaced everything I'm saying is everything clicks. I'm saying if things click for us. I'm not saying they will. I'm not guaranteed they will. By the way, you look new here. Sub to the channel. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying if things work out, that it'll go well. I know that. What are the odds that all the first 4 draft picks, all 4 of them work out? Like, I've never seen a draft like that where all 4 hit, the first top 4. Now, maybe Buffalo can help me. He's good at that stuff. Maybe Watsuke. Maybe Dom C. And maybe some other you good stat guys. You go back in history and show me a team that the first 4 draft picks all worked out. Now, I think one of the good chances we have, or better chances we have, that the first 4 picks weren't rounds 1 through 4. 3 of them were first round picks. 3 of them were in our top 8 on our power board. You know, so I guess that means something. But I'm not sitting here thinking that all 4 are stars, and I'm not thinking for our rebuild to work that all 4 have to be stars. And then Ruckert was our 5th guy picked. So I don't know how many of them need to really work out to be a successful draft. I mean, for the Jets, it's not a very high bar. Vice versa. Thank you, Cameron. Good. That's why we're brothers, bro. Dakota, get off the unicorn flying the rainbows. They are good now. Come on, man. I love Dakota. I love his optimism. I wouldn't be so, Dakota, who you remind me of? You remind me of Harrison Glasser from Talking Jet Spitfire and Weapons Hot. That's who you remind me of. He's super optimistic. I like it. Listen to him to feel better. I'll listen to Harrison. Makes me feel good. He does. He's very optimistic. You think that will in 3 feet of snow on the ground? Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. Ravens are nothing more than tough. Thank you. See, we agree on some things. Browns are horrible. Always been since Jim Brown around it. Yeah, well, they weren't horrible 2 years ago, but I'm never going to put ourselves in a situation to say we can't beat the Browns. I'm a little bit worried if the Seahawks get Baker Mayfield, then I'm worried about the Seahawks. That game changes in my mind. It's going to be a lot harder than we thought it was going to be. Because I'm one of the guys who actually thinks Baker's really good. Browns are not greater than the Jets. Neither is plenty of other teams. I know. Well. I mean, we have to prove that, but Iowan comes in. Did you have your butthole? Did you say anything about buttholes? I would highlight it if I knew that you did. We're starting 4-0, baby. I love your optimism, Iowan. I would love an update. By the way, guys, Iowan Jets fan has a GoFundMe. If you want to put information about it, Iowan, in the chat, you can. Please go ahead so people know where to go. Iowan Jets fan is trying to get funded to go out from Iowa to New Jersey to see a Jets game. There's a lot of people out that are offering to, I don't know, hang out with them. I don't know. Has anyone offered to put you up yet? But a lot of people want to make this happen. So find out about his GoFundMe. Let's see if we can make it happen. I don't know. Whatever. But it would be really cool if we can get Iowa out to a game. Al Franken as a Smiley or whatever his name was. And by the way, if you give some money to that and it doesn't happen for the opening game, Iowan could keep that GoFundMe open for years. Maybe in 5 or 6 years from now, he finally hits the number and he gets to go. So Bengals 0-3 all-time in Super Bowl. Yeah, well, hopefully they're going to start their season 0-3, and that means we beat them. Do we play them in the first 3 games? I think we do, right? We play them week 3. So here's Gitmo. I knew this was coming. Don't hold your breath waiting for Brady Quinn to apologize for his ridiculous prediction. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying don't hold your breath waiting for the Jets to win any games, Jeremy. Now he's probably typing it really fast. That too. Brady Quinn's not going to change his prediction. I couldn't care less. Neither is Colin Hurdle or whatever the hell his name is. Please give me Jeremy a hand, Buffalo. Give me a hand. What are you saying? You saying I need help? I don't need a hand. I'm just inviting him to come in. Oh, you're just trying. You don't mean it that way. You're just saying, give me a hand. Like, help him out. Help a brother out. I don't know if Buffalo wants to go live tonight. It's up to him. But if you see him in the chat, I'm looking ahead. If he's in the chat somewhere saying if he wants the link, I'll send it. I don't even know if he's watching anymore, guys. Tuesday starts Deshaun Watson NFL suspension query by the NFL, seeking around 1 full year. That will be this year. When are they going to make a decision, JFU? And by the way, JFU, my friend, thank you for being here and welcome. Jets fans United, please sign up for his forum. Check it out. This guy's working his butt off, man. He works harder. He works as hard as any of us, any Jets fans, to create a great community. And you should really visit his site. And it's going to be the place to be. It's going to be one of those known places. He's already come so far in a very short amount of time. Just give it some time and wait and see. You'll all be happy you're part of the Jets Fans United forum. Guatmo Bay, Robert, what's good? Okay, Modine. It's always interesting. It's so risky how I highlight Modine's comments before reading them. Many teams, young teams, take time to gel. So even if the Jets turn out to be good, it will be towards the end of the Browns will beat the Jets since it's only week 2. Yeah, but the other argument about that is that the Browns are in turmoil and that there's a lot of distraction, right? With what's going to happen with the whole Baker Mayfield thing. Brissett, man, I don't have a lot of respect for him. What if we put him under a lot of pressure? What if Brissett throws 3 or 4 interceptions? Could happen. We're going to just have to stop the Browns running game. We have talent and the attitude. We can get 6 wins off of that alone. With a little luck and momentum, we could snatch 10 wins off the schedule, no cap. And most likely, if the talent and attitude comes through and gets us 6 wins and some luck comes, it's more likely an 8-9 type of situation. I think 10 is the ceiling. I think 7 to 10 wins is where I'm putting us. 10 is if everything goes perfectly. You know, which is very rare for the. But I'm very hopeful. Have fun, guys. Time to work. Okay, man. It's good to see you. Eight wins wouldn't be horrible. It's okay to shoot high. It's okay for it to go to the shoot high. And if we ended up falling short in 8 wins, after being upset a little bit, we would get over it and we'd realize, I think even Gitmo would say, if we go from 4-13 to 8-9, I think Gitmo would be happy and or satisfied that it was a good step forward. Right, Gitmo? Like that would be a good step forward if that happened. You would take that, wouldn't you? You'd consider that a good next step for this team. I mean, I think we'd have to be. We'd be crazy about that. Even if you were so formal. 12-5. Iowan is like just flying high. What's this? Hey, Jets fans. 30 people currently in the chat, but I can't help but notice only 23 likes. Throw my baby brother the like. Come on, you know yo wanna. Yeah. Hey, if you like it, you should throw a like my way. If you don't, I understand. But if you like it, you should definitely don't enjoy this and like it. Like if you're enjoying this, don't not like it. You know, I'm trying to earn a like. I'm trying to earn your likes, guys. I mean, if you think I'm an idiot and you don't like it, then okay, fine. Don't like it. but if you like it, it's just clicking on thing. Ant Jets, what's up? You're saying hello to Dark Soldier. Not even me. I'm just kidding. What's up, Ant Jets 82? Good to see you, brother. Always beware of Penn State running backs. Yep. I never trust them again. The Jets will have 5-game win streak this year. I can feel it at the end. Right, I would imagine you believe that would happen at the end of the season. I haven't earned it yet. Did I earn it when I said 8 wins is something we should be okay with, Gitmo, and it's a logical thing to be okay with? Did I earn it? Or am I way off on it? Gitmo Bob makes you earn it. But you know what, Gitmo Bob? Some people might call you a hard ass. But when you get Gitmo to like your video or like your chat, when you get Gitmo Bob to say good job, when you do it, it means more. Because you know he's not just saying it to be nice. Because Gitmo doesn't do that. So there's that. So at least the times that he says good job, I don't know if it's ever happened. But if ever a day Gitmo Bob says, Jeremy, you did a good job, it will mean that much more. Okay, Iowans, start walking now. You'll make it. The Browns team isn't the same franchise that Jim Brown played for. I agree. That's the Baltimore Ravens. Even if Watson plays, he is learning a new system and hasn't played in a year and a half. I agree with that too. I don't see how he's going to play. If they're pursuing a 1-year suspension, well, if they're pursuing a 1-year suspension, they're going to try to ask for 2 years and get 2 so they can negotiate to 1 in the appeal. If he gets the 1 year, it'll go to 8 in the appeal. That's my prediction. That's just my feel. No matter what, I don't see how it's possible. If they're talking about a year, how is it not going to be at least 4 games? So I can't see how he's going to be playing against the Jets. But if he was, you are all right. You're right. People forget about that. You have to learn the players. You have to learn the system. Plus, he has a lot of distraction, and he hasn't played in a long time. You know, people get rusty. You know? That'll only save you $500 if you walked. Yeah. It wouldn't even save you that much. You know how much food you'd have to buy along the way? Baker's not throwing another ball for the Browns ever again. I agree with that. It's very hard to imagine Baker ever playing for the Browns again. I think they're just holding out. It's a staring contest with Seattle, Carolina. He's going to go to one of those teams. Luck equals 8. Momentum equals 10. Okay, weird question. Can anyone see the link I posted? It doesn't let you do links. Iowa Jets fan, you have to type it in a weird way. You know what I mean? You know how to phonetically type a link? Like instead of the little @ thing, type the word AT. So type and then type space AT and then the rest of it. And that'll probably work. Absolutely, Jeremy. Okay, so cool. I know what that's an answer to. So that's good. Any Given Sunday, baby. Any Given Sunday. It's the name of a good movie, too. I don't think 11 wins is unrealistic. I don't think anything in football is impossible or extremely unrealistic. I mean, we've seen, those of us, right? I think all of us have watched enough to see more impossible thing or more unlikely things happen, but I don't think it should be our expectation. I think it would just be a beautiful and wonderful thing if it happens. I sit and I try to think of the ways it could happen. And it always comes to health first. Always number one is health. They have got to stay healthy. I mean, to even have the chance, it starts with health. I know you're one, or at least you were one. That's right. I was a Raleigh's Village idiot. I did improv, and I was in a troupe, my brother's troupe, called Raleigh's Village Idiots. And I was an idiot. And Canarsie is my village that for their idiot and all the years I was gone. We need to have a backup plan for Becton. That's really the only question mark on the radar. Yeah, well, I'm concerned about him. Look, I agree. I think everybody agrees we need a swing tackle. But I like the way Buffalo pointed it out, like just the fact that obviously the coaching staff believes in Becton because they had all that money and they didn't spend a lot of money on another tackle. They had all those draft picks and they like in the first round, second round, and they didn't use it on a tackle. They waited to the fourth round to grab a rookie tackle, or whatever, fourth round rookie draft pick. That means something. That means something. But signing Riley Reef or somebody else would be really nice. I know a lot of people say Fisher, but the only problem with Fisher is that I think he probably wants to start. I don't know if he'd sign with us. Maybe if he was still around and someone got hurt in camp, then maybe we could sign him. But I don't think Fisher's going anywhere where he's knowingly going in as a backup. At least that's my opinion. I think our youth, cockiness, and arrogance and our team's philosophic approach allows these kids not to realize they are not supposed to win and be dominant, like the U.S. Olympic team, young and talented. I would say a good example of the Rangers, right? The New York Rangers. Did anyone think they were going to turn it around so fast? You know what I mean? So like the Rangers, like I remember a year ago when they weren't winning and someone said, they're going to turn it around. They're getting better. Then when they started winning last year, early in the season, my friend said, see, they're young. They got to, and suddenly we went deep into the playoffs. So, I mean, it's not always bad to be young. It's not always bad, but it does have its disadvantages when you're lacking the experience. So, Eminem, what's up, brother? How are you? But look, I just want to go out and win some games and shut people up. I want to be competitive. If we're going to lose, I want to scare the hell out of the other fan. I want the other fan to walk away thinking they were good. That wasn't an easy win. By the way, there are other fans respecting us. One of my good friends out here is a Raiders fan, and he's sending the love all the time. He's saying, man, you guys got a team. You're going to be great. You're going to get really good really soon. We got a guy, a Rams fan, that silly fun guy who comes and hangs around. He's saying we're going to be good. Like there's other fans that see it. I have a friend that's a Steelers fan. He said it's going to be a tough game. You guys are getting good. How can you clowns not immediately smash a like for the King of Men? Thank you, no. Clowns. Bob Rapp got a year. You mean the owner of the Patriots? I don't think so. That's why I don't think Watson's going to get a year. I think they go for double the penalty that they really think is possible. So if they think they could suspend him for 8 games, they're going to go for a year. If they want him suspended for a year and think it's realistic, they're going to go for 2 years. Something tells me they're not going to go for a full year. They're going to go for a year, so it's 8 games, because he's an exciting player that brings in money. And I think at the end of the day, the NFL is about money, right? So I mean, I'm not going to get into that debate or whatever. All I care as a Jets fan is the guy going to play or not? And I would expect that he's not going to play. Yeah, so. Yeah, nothing will happen to Kraft because he has the power of, is the commissioner going to still have his job? He has a lot of influence on the other owners. I don't think anything is impossible. I just will not believe that. I'm saying very unlikely. Very unlikely. Impossible? No. No way. I've seen things, brother. If I would have told you a year ago that the Cincinnati Bengals were going to be in the Super Bowl, you would have said impossible. Right? Maybe not, but I mean, maybe you would have. Some people would have. Some people would have said no way. Kelly Wilson, seems like the Chiefs will win 11 games, not the Jets. Yeah, I mean, most likely. Most likely. I agree with you. If I had to bet money on it, I would agree that you're right. I'm not arguing that. But I will say it's not impossible because I know for a fact it isn't. I know for a fact that teams have shocked the world. A lot. It's happened often. The teams have won much more than anybody expected them to win. Bunch of, not so long ago, Jacksonville Jaguars almost beat the Patriots. Made a run. Nobody expected that. Remember the Giants made that crazy run? In 2008 or 2012? Like they won 2 Super Bowls, but one of them was a crazy run. 3 wild card games. They had to beat Dallas in Dallas. They had to beat Green Bay in Green Bay. It was like an impossible to believe run. Jeremy, your brainwashing is working on these Jet fans. Get out the Jim Jones school. I'm not brainwashing anyone. I'm literally just saying that things that we could possibly get better, Modine. I'm not sitting here saying we're going to win these games and that we're the best team in the AFC East or we're the second best even. I'm just sitting here saying anything is possible. And I'm qualifying everything with acknowledging that everything has to go right, which is unlikely. Like I'm acknowledging that. Like the fact that everything's going to hit the right way for us, I'm acknowledging that it's not very likely. It's not very likely we're not going to have any injuries or major injuries. It's not very likely that all our rookies and all these players are going to hit and there's going to be chemistry right away. Like I get it. But I will say I am more optimistic about this team and the way it's being built than I have been about any other Jets team in a very, very long time, if ever. And that's just my feel. That's how I feel. And I don't disrespect anybody else who feels differently. I'm just saying that's how I feel. So kids are coming out of college more and more pro ready every year. I think this group is going to do better than expected. Well, I think the most NFL ready player that we picked, not because he was number 4, but because it's just true. In my opinion, is Sauce Gardner. Like I think he's going to end up proving to be the most NFL ready because he has all this skill and talent, but he also has the physical attributes. Like it's like he has this, I don't know, this special knowledge or instinct for the game already. Like he was already stopping Jameson Williams in college. And Jameson Williams, as we all know, before his ACL injury was very special. So he has this ability. He has the crazy athletic gifts and talent. He seems to have the mindset. It's very rare though. I mean, for a cornerback. So I don't think we could rely on him being dominant. I'm not saying that. I just think he's going to be ready. Like, I don't think he's going to get picked on a lot or eaten alive. I think he's just too good. I think he's just too athletic. He's like glue, man. Well, he's like sauce. It's like sauce on food. I just think that Sauce is the most NFL ready. I think it's the, like Garrett Wilson again. I mean, it's just wide receiver so hard to say because it's so rare. I mean, don't throw the names at me of Chase because that's an anomaly. It's not normal. It's not the norm. We cannot count on Garrett Wilson to be like a major weapon this year. I mean, if you go by history, if he is, it's a great surprise, but that's okay because I'm really counting on Elijah Moore being a very, very good weapon for us. That's where I'm putting my hopes. And that Corey Davis has a nice bounce back year, which I think is very, very possible. It's always red Kool-Aid with me, so don't worry about it. Is it me or our young players with very strong veteran leadership presence that overshadows our vets? I think we have a good balance. But it's hard not to be excited about the young ones because, as Gitmo Bob always said, we've been waiting to develop our own stars for like the longest time. Like, we need to get to a point where we're actually developing our own stars. And I think that's what a lot of people are excited about, that maybe we actually have a chance to have found our own stars, like with Elijah and Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner and JJ and Brees Hall. And, maybe we finally are finding guys that are our guys, that, AVT, that are going to be stars. And, of course, hopefully Zach Wilson. So this is the number, I think, on GoFundMe. Like, if you type in that number, I think that'll take you to his GoFundMe page. We're serious about it, guys. A few bucks, $5, whatever you want to throw in. Green Bean's putting on his channel. There's a lot of people out there. If everybody gives him a few bucks, it'll add up. It'll add up. And not only that, if it's not for the opener, eventually it'll build up to enough money where he might be able to do it. So let's get him there if we can. Says the guy who hasn't been there yet, but I will. I'm going to throw some money in. Don't worry, buddy. Team shocking the world is the exception, not the rule. Of course. But I mean, we did it in 98, right? Or 97. Like, we had a year where we're horrible, and then all of a sudden we won games because Parcells. So it's not impossible. Silly Fun Guy is the most optimistic Rams fan for the Jets I've ever met in my life, and I love him for it. I love you, Silly Fun Guy. I love you. As much as I love Payo Time, almost. Do we feel like Mims will have an impact on this team, or is it time to move on? I think that we should wait and see because it doesn't cost us anything, right? And what's up, Postman? Everybody say, hey, what's up, Postman? John the Postman is in the house. If you guys don't know, his channel, Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports, has taken off on Twitch. So if any of you have the app Twitch, make sure that you do a search for Pure Adrenaline Fantasy Sports and make sure you follow him there. I believe he's still on YouTube, although the last time I looked, it didn't look like. You got to tell us if you're still active on YouTube. I'm not sure because I haven't seen anything recent, but he's on Twitch. And if you're going to be in a fantasy football league this year, I'm telling you, it is a great way to help set up for your draft. Let John do all the work for you. I'm going to be in fantasy football this year, and I'm going to go to his channel, and I'm going to utilize it as a way to build up my draft order, my board. What is up, Anthony G? Good to see you, my friend. Let me know if you're going to the opener. We got to get a tally of who's going to the opener. It's all about maybe it'll motivate me to buy those plane tickets and really do it. Now, if you say the Jets will win 5 games, I'll have some Kool-Aid. You're acting like you don't want it to happen, though, when you say that. Like, it's okay to not believe that they'll win 5 games. But do you want them to, though, don't you? Can't you have one moment where you're optimistic? You can't agree that if everything worked, you can't agree. You can't say, if I'm wrong about Zach Wilson, and you could be wrong, if I'm wrong about Zach Wilson, with the young players, and they stay healthy and the young players hit, this could be a decent team this year that wins more games. You're saying that's impossible? Really? I can't believe that you're saying that's impossible. It's okay to be skeptical, but I don't understand why anybody would say that's impossible. It doesn't feel impossible to me. Hall mostly NFL ready. Oh, you think Hall is? Well, we'll see. I've seen great running backs come into the NFL not ready. Just saying. But I've seen a lot of cornerbacks come in not ready. So we'll see. I hope you're right. I think we're going to have a lot of contribution from the rookies. I do. I think it's just between 9 and 17 games, Modine. That's optimistic. I like it. I agree Sauce is going to be good, but I think Brees Hall is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. That'd be great. I hope he does. My only concern about Brees Hall is, will he get the number of carries? Because Michael Carter is really good too. Michael Carter's really good, guys. We can't forget that. He's really good. But I love Brees Hall. I was just watching his highlights before. Sometimes I actually do that. I've watched him a million times, but I can't help myself. I'm just like, I got to watch it again. I mean, he tore up some teams. I mean, and he does it against good teams. Oklahoma State. Watch. He does. Kid's amazing. So the Jets are the biggest unknown football team I've ever seen. Mystery at almost every position. There's a lot of question marks, but Jacksonville's like that, right? So Jacksonville's like that too. Who else is like that? Detroit. I don't think Chicago's a mystery. I think Chicago's going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. And I don't say that with spite or hate. I don't dislike the Chicago Bears. I just think that, man, did they have to me, they had an awful offseason. On the bright side, if the injury bug bites the Jets again, I live across the street from James Andrews Center for Sports Medicine, so I'll have a front row seat. Oh, please don't have injuries. Bills will go 9-8 this year. I don't see how that's possible unless Josh Allen goes down. And even then, it would be hard to believe because their coach is really good. I hate him, but he's good. I twitch every time I hear your voice. My voice? You twitch? This is our year to finally reach the playoffs after 11 years. You keep that optimism coming, Dakota. There's nothing wrong with it. Thanks for the shootout. Yeah, just posted. Oh, shout out. I posted top 10 fantasy quarterbacks on YouTube. Cool. I got to check that out. But when do I draft a quarterback, Postman? Because I always get burned. I always go too early on a quarterback. Are there like 2 or 3? That's what I got to check. Like, are there 2 or 3 that are okay to take in the first 2 rounds? And then if you don't get one, wait until the 4th round. Like, that's the kind of information I look for, just so you know. But I'll definitely be talking to you directly if I need help before my draft. And I'll probably need help. I spend so much time on the Jets, I don't pay attention to anything else. The Jets will go 3-14. Possible, troll. Possible. Maybe not. He could be just a bitter Jets fan. I don't know. Vabe Lopated. Now, everybody, please don't attack this dude, because even if it's a troll, even if he's trolling a little bit, it's okay if you subscribe to the channel. Like, if you subscribe to the channel, you're more than welcome to troll me. I'll be a good sport about it. Just subscribe, man. Help me out. I'm trying to push to 1,000. We're almost there. Barely. Almost died today several times. Need sleep. Yeah, man, that was messed up. You're lucky you didn't do that. You're lucky that was your knee and you didn't crack your head open like a coconut. Snowball, they will lose every game until they play the Vikings. No, they won't. It's ridiculous. JSKS, first time I listened to your show, enjoyed it. I root for the enemy Dolphins. Respect is both ways. Jake Asman told me the other day the Dolphins would finish last place in division. Well, I don't know that. I think what's interesting about our division is there are 3 teams that could finish last place, right? I think the Jets definitely could finish in last place. I don't want it to happen. I'm a Jets fan, but they could. I'm crazy if I say they couldn't. Miami, a lot of Jet fans don't believe in Tua, but Tua aside, whether you believe in him or not, anyone who doesn't recognize that Miami has a great roster is just fooling themselves. They're brainwashing themselves. Miami has a great roster. On paper, like the same thing I say about the Jets. If Miami clicks, people are out of their mind if they think Miami's not going to be good. Okay? They have a great roster. I think the Jets disrespect them, and Jake Osman and a lot of Jets people disrespect them because they don't respect Tua. I so far, I'm not convinced Tua's great, but I also didn't see anything to I'm not going to trash Tua. I haven't seen anything that justifies trashing him. I really haven't. But I also don't think he's great yet. He has to sell me. I think this is a big year for Tua. And I think the Miami really will. I think Miami is going to decide their future with Tua this year and this season. So Miami could finish last. It could happen. But the Jets could finish last. Could happen. Because we always get, like, I am optimistic and I'm hopeful and all those great things, but at the same time, I realize there's a lot of off seasons where I felt this way, and it blows up in my face. And guess what? New England could finish in last place. New England could definitely finish in last place. So I think we're that kind of division. I think it's a division where there's 3 teams who could finish in last place. I think the only thing that's not much of a question is Buffalo's going to win our division. You know, that's how I feel. I mean, I don't want it to happen. I just believe that's what's going to happen. If someone held a gun to my head and said, "You die if you're wrong, who's going to win the division?" I'd say Buffalo Bills. And I know anybody that's thinking straight at all, that's sane in any way, would do the same thing. You'd say Bills. Anyway, subscribe, my friend. Come. We have other Miami Dolphin fans here. We have Grandizer. He's a great guy. He's usually here. He'll chat with you about Miami. We could chat openly and respectfully about Miami and Jets all the time, all day long. I have no problem with it. Well, I'm glad you didn't die. Oh, you're talking about Nick. I have a friend that's a Jets fan. He's so hopeful. It's funny. Well, I mean, that's what fans, I don't know who you like, but dude, like Vabel, who do you like? I mean, you're not hopeful? Even if your team was stinking and then you drafted a new quarterback and you started getting new players, you're not hopeful? What's the point of being a fan if you're not hopeful? Like, think about it. I mean, I know it's funny because I can laugh at myself. I can. My brothers do. Like, my mother laughs at me. My mother laughs at me so much. She thinks it's hysterical. Like, I know from the outside it looks funny. It definitely does. But I ask you, if you're a football fan, do you not get hopeful? There are years that I wasn't hopeful for the Jets, like Adam Gase, 2019, 2020. I was not hopeful. 21, I wasn't hopeful for the season, but I was hopeful for the future. This season, I'm hopeful for a step forward. I just want to get 7-8 wins. I just want to take the next step. I want to get out of the cellar. I want to get to be the middle of the league. Then I want to get our guys to get more experience, add on and patch up a couple of spots, have our quarterback develop, and then I want to become a good team. I think that's a normal thing for a fan to feel. I think that's very normal and realistic. Maybe it's funny. I don't know. I don't know what tips. By the channel. Richard from Jersey. Nomo, Tibbs way too thin. Dakota, Jets. Dakota, I love you, man. This guy, he's just going nuts. I love it. You sound like me last year when I was drinking all that bourbon. Modine, it was worth a screenshot. Chicago. Oh, Chicago. With all these mysteries, Saleh and the other LaFleur better be the Hardy Boys. They better solve them. I like it. That's good. I'm still working my way through a 6+ hour hangout. After a while, it seems like there's a programming session. Hey, Gitmo, let me know how you like my picks. I thought you'd be proud of me a little bit. At least I didn't go way back to your original time, but at least I was the guy who reached out to the 80s, right? You got to respect that. Okay, Richard, I hear he has a hip injury, but it's minor. Okay. Minor injuries, guys. Minor injuries. Jets will discover new ways to win, experimenting against the other teams. Zach will have more run openings and less third and long. Saying we could split with Buffalo is a big statement, and I'd be thrilled if it happened. Look, we got to start winning division games. Jacksonville beat Buffalo last year. Anything's possible. The game is decided on the field, not before the game. Jets' biggest threat in the division is Buffalo, and we will finally get revenge on the Pats. I hope so. I really do. We've said it before, and it hasn't happened, so I'm hopeful, though. I'm hopeful. Jeremy's mother laughs at him for being a Jets fan. Is reason 237 on her list of why. Oh, I have such a great older brother, don't I? Not scared of the Dolphins one bit. I would be a little scared, man. I'm not scared of them one bit. What? Tyreek Hill's not good? Come on, man. They're good. Have you looked at their roster? We got to respect the Dolphins, dude. We got to respect them. The only thing, okay, so here's a prediction about the Dolphins that could be a very big challenge for them. Not a prediction, but here's an observation that I think even Miami fans, intelligent ones, would agree with. Ones that have experience watching football. and are experienced with different systems and offensive schemes. So here's a statement. And you can watch the Jets offensive line from last year to understand it. It takes a while for this system. So this new coach, if he tries to do what LaFleur did for us last year, there could be some struggle because it's not an easy system. So I will say that. It's not an easy system. So they might struggle a little bit because of that. That might make it hard for the Dolphins. That's what might go wrong. But move it once they get that system down. Don't think they don't have talent, dude. They got talent. They really do have talent. You can't deny it. You got to look at their roster. Oh, you were asking about Thibodeau. My heart, I believe that the team wins the Super Bowl before Zach's next contract. I'm hopeful of that. I really am. I really believe it's possible. I really do. You are inspiring me to shave my head. I have to shave, man. It's growing in too long, and then I have to use the electric, and I get all cut up, and it's really annoying. So, okay, let's go here. Let's go. Okay, so I would like to welcome I would have preferred that the exercise was for players drafted by the Jets. Really, hey, Gitmo, look at my picks, man. That's what I was doing. Look at the majority of guys I picked. That's how I started. I wasn't even getting into that whole take other guys that were Jets in their prime baloney. Who did I take? Ken O'Brien, Gastineau, Lance Mel, Mickey Shule. I was going for the good guys, man. Kyle Clifton. I was going for our boys. Curtis Martin, I don't know how you feel about that. He wasn't drafted by us, but come on. Curtis Martin was a Jet. Okay, again, the Jets will be 13-6. This is Johnny Marehiel. I am the only Jets YouTube provider that knows how to say his name correctly. Right, Johnny? Johnny Marehiel. I phonetically spelled it out for Green Bean dozens of times. The man will not say it right. I don't know how I have to write it so he'll get it, but it is Johnny Marehiel. And he is near Palm Springs. Great guy. He's been a Jet fan since the very, very early days. He goes back as long as Gitmo. They could talk about the old days together. And they are the original Jet fans, guys. They are the original. It doesn't go back much further than them. They were there when they were the Titans. I feel like I hear every year how good the Dolphins are going to be. Bleep them. You know, I told you the Dolphins are similar to the Jets. It's like, I'm not saying that they're going to be good. I'm saying they could be in last place or they could be in second place. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to be good. I'm saying we have to respect them when we play them and not think it's going to be an easy win. It's never been an easy win. Even when Rex was the coach and we were having our runs, the Dolphins were a problem. It's a rivalry. It's a division game. It's never been easy. We're the first in the division. We're the first out of the Jets and the Miami to stop winning and to be rolled over by them. We're the first. They never did it to us. They never made it easy for us to beat them. They've always taken the rivalry seriously, even when we were having our good years and they weren't. We're the ones that, Gase, that's the damage that these guys have done the last few years is they've really thrown us off our rivalry. They've humiliated us because we've lost 12 division games in a row. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. It's time for it to end. I think that our coaches know that. I think they know we have to win those division games. What's going on? Edward Ziff. So what do you think the Jets prioritize in next year's free agency and draft? It's a little early to know, but if I had to predict, because it depends on how things work out, right? Like, I think we have no choice but to address linebacker next year in either the free agency or draft, because unless CJ Mosley renegotiates his contract, like if he doesn't restructure his contract, we have to part ways with him. We cannot pay $23 million or whatever it is for CJ Mosley. I just can't see it. But we could restructure. But if we don't, I can't imagine that we're not going to take a linebacker. And even if we do restructure, we might take a new linebacker. It depends on Nasaldine and Sherwood and what happens. also Quincy Williams. I think Quincy Williams is going to be good, and I think they believe he will for right now. But obviously, some of it has to do with it's going to determine that. Obviously safety. If none of the guys work out, if Pinnock doesn't work out, if Ashton Davis doesn't get much better, Marcus Joyner, I mean, he's a step towards retirement every year, right? So I think those are positions, the ones we ignored this year. It feels we didn't completely ignore it. We got Whitehead, but also DQ Thomas. Like, is that like for real? Undrafted free agent DQ Thomas. Like, is that a 3-year project, or is it he could play for us next year kind of thing? We have to, there's a lot of questions, but I would say early guesses is the same things I want us to trade for now. Swing tackle, maybe a new center, but we don't have to go early on a center, and I don't think we will. Swing tackle, center, linebacker, safety. That's to me. I could see 3rd, 4th rounds, maybe 5th rounds, really big run stuffing defensive linemen, internal, like defensive linemen. There's a lot of, it depends on, do we extend Q Williams? So there's a lot of, I mean, we're not going to know, but those are the areas I see. I don't think we're going to go wide receiver or tight ends or quarterback, edge. Hopefully, if we have to draft another edge, that's a bad sign. That means things went very wrong. Cornerback, let's just hope those positions that aren't even a question for us. That's what we have to hope. You can pronounce Marahiel, but fishing rod is out of the question. Yeah. When I was a kid, I called it a fishing yard. All right? I said it publicly. Hey, Snack, sorry I'm late. What's up, Mess? Missed you, buddy. Missed you. Can't believe nobody took Nemeth. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, no, I agree. I went for Ken O'Brien. I was thinking of Nemeth, but it's amazing that nobody took him. I blame the guy who took I don't know. Well, I mean, Brett Favre had to be the first one, but you're right. But the Brett Favre thing was ridiculous in that shouldn't have been part of the game. Nobody knows what we're talking about, but we did a video on Proud New York Jets Fan where we did a draft where you could draft any Jet in New York history that ever played for the Jets and assume they were in their prime. So Gitmo's complaining, and I don't blame him, because we were taking guys like Ronnie Lott and Ed Reed and Brett Favre and, guys that were never really Jets or played well as Jets or as well as Jets. So, yeah, well, we're not that team anymore. Oh, it's Arkansas, Jets fan. I thought at first that it was a joke, dude. I honestly thought you were one of our guys that switched their name to give Iowan a hard time. But it turns out you're for real. So what's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Am I going to get Adam on? If he wants to come on, I don't see him in the chat. They know that they just come into the chat and say that they want to come in, and they'll come in. Let me look and see if anybody texted me that they wanted to come in. Sometimes they text me, which is silly because I'm not looking at my phone. No. If any of them want to come in, they can come in, but they gotta let me know. Jets will have great quarterbacks. Jets should take one. Yeah, well, it's not going to happen, brother. Even if he's not that good this year, it's happen. They're all in on Zach, whether you like it or not. Okay, you do pronounce my name correctly, but you ignored my season prediction at 13-6. No, I didn't. I'm excited about that prediction, especially coming from you, because you're a no bullshit guy. And if anybody wants to mess with Johnny Marahiel, you're in for don't mess with this guy. All right, this man will. You respect this man. So I need to talk to you about it more, though. I need to hear a lot of theory behind it. I would imagine that you're saying 13-6 if everything went perfectly for us, right? Like everything would have to go really, really well for us for that to happen. But I think it's great, Johnny. I like that you're filled with that kind of hope and excitement. I like it. I like that the Jets are giving you that. They're giving it to me too. They're giving me a lot of happiness in the last 16, 17 months. I'm really, really happy about the way things are going. Modine, stop praising on the Dolphins. They were once 1-15, nearly 0-16. The Dolphins are just like us. That's what I'm going to say. We're just very similar franchises. We've had the same, very similar history. A lot of heartache, a lot of pain. It's a little different to each other. I just emailed you the link, Jeremy. But what did you? I can't get to that email on this phone, brother. Well, maybe I could send it to my work phone. Let me see. I can't. It's hard to delay the show looking for emails, though. Iwan, you're killing me. You're killing me. What email did you send it to? I don't see anything. All in mailboxes. Okay, I have like so many, it's ridiculous. I don't see an email, brother. Wouldn't it be the one that Green Bean uses? That would be the Gmail account. Oh, it's not working? Shoot, my Google Voice is not working? That stinks. 1 second. Oh, man. Why isn't my Google Voice working? Guys, sorry the phone number's not working. I didn't know. I'm trying to turn it on. I don't know if it's not turned on. That's what she said. Oh, shoot. I got to fix it. Darn it. Sorry, guys. I made everybody think they can call in, and people are trying to call in and can't. It's absolutely garbage. And now I can't even find the page to see what I'm doing. How do I get back to that window? Sorry for the delay. I can't even see you guys now. I don't know what's going on. Guys, this is the funniest thing. I cannot see the browser anymore. There we go. Okay, I got 48 people in here, and I'm like sitting here looking around trying to figure out how to work the technology. And that's when people stay. People never leave when you do that. Okay, Grandizer's here, Miami Dolphin fan. What's going on, brother? Hey, Jeremy, how you feeling? Hitting the like button to show support. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, you're saying 11-6 in season 2, postseason wins. Oh, I got it. Beautiful. I like that even better. How's us going to the playoffs? The Jets are going to upset a lot of lazy narratives. I believe it. Cool. Kevin Jackson, welcome. Have you been here before, man? Kevin Jackson. Is it Spotty Blackman? No. Kevin Jackson. I don't know. Well, cool. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Welcome to the chat. Sean Bennett, what's going on, man? How you doing? Both games against Miami were winnable games last year. Yeah, we were in them. We fell apart a little at the end of the second one, the one that Eccles got the interception touchdown. I thought we were going to be able to win that game, and then I don't know. That was our worst game as far as fighting till the end. We kind of just stopped fighting. I don't know what went wrong with us. So that was a little disappointing. I like the upset a lot of lazy narratives. I do believe that that win or lose, the narratives of us are lazy. Like a lot of people are saying we stink just because of our record and not you know what I mean? And not because they actually did research or looked at our players. It's not like they said, oh, we see who you drafted. We see who you signed. We see what your plan is. We understand what's going on there on Jets One Drive, but we still think you stink. They're not saying that. They're just basing it on 4-13. The Jets have always stunk for the last 5-6 years. They're going to stink. And that's a lazy narrative. I was born in 71. I'm ready for a championship and sustained excellence and enjoyment. We have all earned it. Will be sweet to taste of that victory. I was born in 70, brother. So I'm right there with you. We're about the same age. Joe Grana, are you going to the game? Let me know. Let me know if you're going to be there week 1. If I'm going to go, I'm going to let everybody know, and I'm going to tell you where you can find me. If I end up going, I will find out. If I go, of course, I'll work out all the details, where we can meet up, the whole thing. If I go, I'll definitely be wherever Green Bean is, because like he said, many of you know in my intro, you've heard him say it a million times, I'm like the plague. He can't get rid of me. Yeah, get me to 50 likes. That'd be cool. But only if you like it, guys. Remember to say that. Only if you like it. Somebody told me that. They said, if you're going to ask people to like it, nobody owes you anything. But if you are having a good time and you like the content, definitely like the video. And the best way you can appreciate it is if you haven't subbed to me, hit that sub button, give me the sub. And go into your other accounts and give me the sub. Sneak into your wife's phone and give me the sub. You know what I mean? Go into your kids' accounts and give me the sub. John Hepburn. What's up, buddy? Do you think with all these crazy offseason moves the Patriots are implementing that Belichick is getting ready to tank this season so he can get the quarterback he really wants? I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know if that – I mean, I think we learned that it does happen, right? I think what we learned from the whole Miami thing, didn't their former coach say he was told to lose a couple of years ago? So his first season. So it's not impossible. It's not impossible. But Mac Jones looked pretty good. I think I know that he wasn't asked to do as much. I know people have a really bad people have a really bad spin on Mac Jones, and he wasn't asked to do anything, and he's limited. But I don't know, man. It was his rookie year. I mean, I watched the games. He made some good passes. It's his rookie year. So I don't know. I don't know if I could buy into that they'd really give up on him. He had a pretty good rookie year. So I don't know. I don't know. But is it possible? I put nothing past Belichick. Nothing. Although he is getting old, so it'd be a big sacrifice for him to make, to sacrifice one of the years he has left coaching. The Jets need to prove they have a solid base. I think that 8 wins should be expected. Otherwise, they might need more help on the defensive side. I think I agree with you that if we don't get to 8 wins, if we don't take the necessary step that we need to this year, it will be because, barring injury, it'll be more likely because of the defensive side of the ball. I don't know what more we could do on offense. Oh, I'm sorry. Aside from Mo Dean's suggestion that we need a new quarterback, I don't know what we need to do on offense. I said 13 for how many games just before the season? Aren't these only 17 games? Might as well have said the Jets will be 32-7. No, he said 13-6, meaning that the Jets will go 11-6 and then win 2 playoff games. And no, they would have to go. Wait, there's a way this could be possible. If they went 12-5 and then won a playoff game, 13-5, and then lost in the playoffs, 13-6. There you go, 13-6. Don't get into it. Don't push Johnny's buttons. Don't push Johnny's buttons, man. I'm telling you. Peace, Dakota. You like that, right? I'm 46, been a Jets fan since 4. Slow to you, bro. Man, you guys are all around my age. No wonder you watch me. I think I'm a pathetic old man, but you guys are my age. So you just see me as a guy you could have hung out with, right? We could have all went to the pizzeria together, gotten a slice. I feel like that was a reward for Nova Farms. We get publicity for the fire Samini. Samini, man, I'm just up and down on him so much. There are times I actually am okay with him. I gotta say this about Samini. I just want everybody to know this. If you ever go, and I recommend that you do, like if you're on Twitter, sign up and subscribe to the Jets Lounge. It's a lot of fun to go into the Jets Lounge. There's a lot of fun live content, like listening to the guys talk. You can request to be a speaker, and you can talk and give your opinions. They do debates with Miami fans, Buffalo fans, New England fans. It's a lot of fun on the Jets Lounge. And Samini has went on there. I don't know if he still goes on, but he's went on. And when he's on there, he sounds like we do. Like he has, his opinions and this and that, and he's not a bad guy. I think we get mad at him when he's doing his job, and I think the nature of his job is just he needs to create stories. And don't get me wrong, I get pissed at him when he's doing it. But then when I'm in a calm mode, I kind of realize that I know nothing about the journalist business and what it takes and how much pressure they're under, And it's unfortunate, but he might be under a lot of pressure to ask questions and get controversial answers. And so he can make controversial headlines that are going to get people to click on it and create reaction. So I see it now. One postseason win. Can we hire Vince McMahon to fire Samedi at halftime of the first playoff game? I think Vince McMahon is out of the public eye now, dude. I think he stepped down. So I think he's gone. We're never going to hear from him again. So does the phone number work now? I don't think it does. I don't know how to make it work. I don't know why it's not working. That's the problem. I have no idea why it's not working. I thought I had signed in. Am I not signed in? Like, I don't know what's going on with it. Like, it's saying register now. Like, register for what? Try one-click dialing? No, I don't want to do that. It has my name on it. 1 second. It's not asking me to sign in. It says, hi, Jeremy. You're all caught up. No calls. So I don't know what is going on. I don't know why it's not working. It's such a bummer. Such a bummer. Let me see something. I'm going to try calling. I'm going to try calling my cell phone and see if it works. No, it's not letting me make calls. What the hell's going on, guys? I honestly don't know what's going on. It's acting as if I'm signed into Google Voice, and it's just not working. Let me go into the settings and see if it has to do with the sound. Default microphone. Okay. Ringing. Okay, let's make the ringing the computer. So 1 second, guys. Let's see. Okay, let me test that. This is going to be funny when I test it if you guys hear it. Okay, so that works. Speakers. Okay, let's see. Let's do speakers, Realtek audio. Oh, whoa, hey, come on. Let's test it. Okay, so that works. Microphone is set up. Okay, so that's all set. I don't know if somebody wants to try calling in, see if it, let me know if it works. I don't know what to do any more than I could do, guys. Like, I'm going to have to test it next time. So I'll be there week 1. Okay, Spotty, going to be in the box with the Jets Lounge guys. Hey, that's where I might be if I go. So we're going to meet if I'm there. So if I do go, I'll see you in the Jets Lounge guy. I'll see you in the Jets Lounge, I mean. So, oh, it is Spotty? No, this is not Spotty. I don't know why you type Spotty. It makes me think that this is Spotty. Like the guy that's on my show a lot with me. Okay. Let's see. I'm so bored. Football. Thumbs down. Come on, man. Give me a break. Football's the best. I guess the Lyle fan is dedicated. The Jets fan is the next. You're very loyal. Any Jets fan is loyal. Come on, we're Jets fans. We're loyal. Loose Stools? Aggrandizer, I've never read any one of the novels, but I watched the series a few times. Okay. Lou, I don't know you, man. If you're having a good time, sub to the channel, like the video, but more importantly, sub. I'm coming on 1,000. So anybody who's not subbed, just sub to the channel. Let's get me to 1,000 already. And it's not even for any other reason other than I just want to beat 1,000. It's an ego thing. Everybody else gets to beat 1,000. Why don't I? So it rings, but eventually goes to voicemail. Okay, but have you tried calling back? Because now I have it. I changed the speaker. So try now. And let me see also. Let me see. Maybe I'm signed in person. Is that possible? Let me know if you're trying to call back, because I don't see anyone, like, I don't see that anybody tried to call, and it says there's no messages. So that means I'm not signed in as the right person. Ah, now I think I can fix it, if that's what the problem is. Add another account, sign out. 1 second. Use another account. Maybe this is what it is. Ah, wait a second. I might have solved the problem, guys. Too many accounts. That's my problem. I don't want to add that. Not now. Come on, guys. Oh, wow. It says, oh, this must be it, because now it's giving me a big welcome. 1 second. Okay, now wait a second. Where's Google Voice? Sorry for the delay, guys, but I'm trying to make it that people can call in, because how long can we just listen to me talk for, right? Geez, why do they make it so hard? Why are they making it so hard? Okay, let's sign into Google Voice, guys. That's what it's called, right? Hello. Voice, where are you? Google Voice. It's not listed as an app even? I don't understand. I've had this working in the past. Why did it magically stop working? Did they sell the technology to someone? Does it not exist anymore or something? Okay. Google Voice. That's what it's called, right? Google Voice. What the hell? I don't understand what's going on today. Why it won't work. Google Voice. Like it's acting like it doesn't exist as a technology. Hydra, we have 24. Okay, it's going to work now. It's going to work now, baby. Here, I'm going to call you. If I can. Okay, try calling now. I'm going to go back to the stream and start talking Jets, but now I should hear you. Now it should work. The phone number is 916-585-4216. I think we're in business. Anyway. Great technical work, Jeremy. The field goal post must be up to play the game. I swear, man, it's like I never had a problem before. It's like it signed me out. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Here we go. This time we're gonna make it. Okay, answer.
Call from.
Yeah, it better work. Jeez.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right. Are you here with me?
Yeah, finally. Jeez, man.
All right. We got Iowa Jets fan in the house.
What up, buttholes?
What's up?
How is everybody tonight?
Everyone's being pretty. We have a mix of enthusiasm and a mix of negativity. You seem to be enthusiastic. Tell me why you think we're going to win as many games. First of all, how many games do you think we're going to win and why?
I honestly think we're probably going to win around 8 or 9 games. No real reason. I mean, whenever you try to actually predict, you're always wrong, like always wrong. So it's no point in like really getting hung up, like, oh yeah, we're gonna win 12 games, and if you win 11, you're gonna be pissed. It's stupid to be like that. So I like to be optimistic. And also it's been a fun off season so far. So that's all, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think that it's just Gitmo Bob says it all the time, and he's right. But also, you have to understand, we make predictions because it's just fun. We're just having fun. But the reality is, it's impossible to make predictions when you don't know what's going to happen. Like, you don't know who's going to get hurt. Like last year, we didn't know Carl Lawson was going to get hurt. We didn't know Becton was going to get hurt.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, you say it correctly. If you can't be hopeful, then what the hell is the point of being a fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, hell, even when Adam Gase's second year, I was still hopeful that Darnold would be like, hey, it's his second year in the system. Maybe. I wasn't, expecting it. I was still kind of hopeful, though, just because it's your team. You still want them to do well, even if you see the situation as a complete crap show, which it was. But just what's the point of just shitting on your team constantly, Mo?
I don't know. I think Mo's a lot older. He's been burned a lot, so I guess that's what happens. But I'm just wondering what's going to unburn him. Like, is it just? I think every time I've ever asked him, I think he says Super Bowl ring. Like, if they win the Super Bowl, then I think we'll have a different Mo Dean.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I'm worried because there are those fans out there. Like, I live in Iowa. There's a lot of Cubs fans out here. And I worked with a Cubs fan who, when they won their World Series over the Cleveland Indians a few years ago, I'm like, are you happy? This is awesome. After over 100 years, you finally have a World Series. He's like, no, because it took all 7 games. And he was still upset about it. It was ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, there are people that are hard to please. But then what happens, because I know a lot of the 49er fans out here. I lived in the Bay Area back in like the late 90s, and every time you listen to the local news here, when they would lose in the playoffs, they were like, fire Mariucci. Like, their expectation was a Super Bowl every year, and it was like kind of crazy. It was like, man, you're just going to fire coaches and you want to get rid of all your players if they're not winning Super Bowls. And it's, like the expectation once you start winning, gets so high, it's very unrealistic.
Right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. But I mean, I don't know. It's weird, the patterns that people get into.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did want to tell you one thing though.
Yeah.
So I have a backup plan in case my GoFundMe doesn't work.
Okay.
So what I did was I listened to that stream when you were on Peo Time's channel.
Yeah.
And predicted the Jets' entire season.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to put $5 on a parlay for the entire season based on your prediction. So I'm guaranteed to make it next year, right?
What would the odds be of me hitting on all 17 games? It must pay a fortune.
Let's see. DraftKings doesn't let me do all 17 games yet, so I'll let you know.
My God!
Yeah, I think $5 will get me at least $6,000. I would imagine. But
yeah, if you just got 5 and then you win, and then you bet it all, and then you bet it all, and then you bet it all. Yeah, it would be a lot of money. It would be exactly. Actually, you might even end up rich by the time you get to 17. I think.
Yeah, I'm going to call this one "How Jeremy Made Me Money."
Yeah, how to become a millionaire.
So,
hey, Chaos. We got a chat here. Hey, Chaos, based off of talent only, how would you rank the rosters in the AFC East, and that's from A-Lab Studios. So I don't know if you agree with this. I'm going to say Buffalo has the best talents right now on their roster in the division.
Mhm.
I'd put us about dead even with Miami because I think we each have strengths and weaknesses, and I would put New England last if it was just based on talent. What do you think?
I actually agree with that, which doesn't make for good content. So
Yeah.
I don't really have much to add.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much,
Yeah. And I see your brother says that I should put money on his picks. I don't know what his picks are. So
He's saying that
But
was with him. He doesn't know that.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize that I outside of the channel. Well, he does. He just doesn't. He didn't see that show. So I did a prediction show of every game with Lee with my brother on my channel. But you're referring to the prediction show on Peyo's channel, which were different.
Yeah,
which were different. Yeah.
Right. Well, I saw when you did like the first 4. I saw that video, but I didn't realize you had done one episode where you had done all of your predictions at once. That.
Yes.
But, I mean, I can put $1 on that too. Why not? Sure.
Well, there's the name of the show is wrong. I said prediction. We were going to do only games 1 through 4 and really dive into each game, and we ended up We ended up doing the entire season. So it was a Saturday show. You'll see it in the stream somewhere if you scroll down. It was a Jets Chaos predicts games 1 through 4 or something like that. So,
all right, okay. So, and you say you didn't guess the exact same winners with both streams?
No, because
whatever happened to consistency in this world, Jeremy? Nobody is consistent anymore.
Well, my moods change, my positions change. Like the real change that came, the actual change that happened that transpired. I think the main difference was, I think with my brother, I had us beating the Vikings, and then I think when I was on Peyo Time's channel, I changed my mind and I switched to the Vikings beating us.
Well, I'm going to the Vikings game, so we're definitely winning that one.
Okay. Well, we better. Otherwise, it's your fault.
Yeah, well, I accept that responsibility. But anyway, I'm glad your phone's working, finally.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
No problem. And I did send that link to the jcravat@gmail. Finally, think it went through. But
okay.
But yeah, I am just kind of trying to see if I can make it to the home opener. And it does sound like, after talking with Green Bean and Sack Exchange a little bit, that we might start like kind of a general fund for other wayward Jets fans, kind of like myself, to help get them to home games as well. So this is kind of like the starting point type of thing. And so whatever excess money gets raised that I don't end up needing, I will just roll it over into the fund whenever that gets set up for whatever. So, yeah, you guys help me out. That'd be fantastic. I would love to see that gigantic air conditioning unit with my own eyes. And yeah, hopefully I'll make it.
I hope so too. I do. It'll be cool. But I'm glad you're getting to see the game in Minnesota. That's cool.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, bud.
All right, man.
Well, you have a good night. I got a kid I got to put to bed.
All right. Put that kid to bed, and I'll see you during the week.
All right.
All right. Chat later. And that was Iowa Jets fan. And we have in the chat Dom C. He's usually on, as you know, doing a show with me on Sunday nights, but he's on vacation. So that's why I jumped on a little earlier, because Jets today is also left for vacation, so he didn't come on. That was why I started early today. I said nobody is live at like prime time on a Sunday night, so I just kind of jumped in and started talking. So it's been a good night so far. That was with me. No, that wasn't. He should put the money on my picks. No, he shouldn't. We did the entire season on that episode. Yes, we did. Problem is if New England wins on coaching. Well, yeah, that's why it's like talent on the on. Yeah, that's Belichick. I mean, and the cheating, but like roster wise, I think New England's the worst in the division. If you're still on an hour, can I join the call? If you're still on in an hour, okay, you definitely can if I'm still on, but I cannot promise to still be on because at any point my wife is going to mention the word dinner. So, well, she actually might not. She's doing some schoolwork, but there's also only, I'm not like, I don't know how Nick does it, man. I get tired from sitting here, but I'll try to stay on. Now we've all got the email. Okay. You've all got the email. Huh? Do you think that we will keep a fullback on the 53-man roster? If not, give Jeremy Rucker. I think that Nick Bodden's going to make the roster, in my opinion. And I don't know what that means and what room that's going to cut short. Maybe wide receiver. I don't know. But I think Nick Bodden is going to be a Jet, and here's why. I think that the Westcott experiment was a failure. I don't think he's going to trust a rookie tight end to just play fullback. I think that the fullback is in LaFleur's dream too important. I think he really believes in a 2-1-2-2 personnel for a certain percentage of snaps. And I think that we improved a lot when we did that with Nick Bodden. I think we've got ourselves a really good fullback. So I think he played really well. I think he's tough as nails, and I think he makes the team. I think we go with a fullback, and I think it's Nick Bodden. That's my opinion. I could be very wrong, and I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be surprised a little. I'd say, really? They're going to go with Rucker, or they're going to try to use a tight end? But, I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be super shocked. But that's my opinion. I think that Nick Bodden is our fullback. Very cheap. He doesn't cost us anything. So why not? And cheating, let's not forget Spygate. Yeah, he cheats, man. The guy's a cheater. We might be able to steal the Green Bay game. They'll be coming off London game. Yeah, I agree. That's possible. You never know which game we're going to steal. The hardest one to me is Denver. It's very hard to go into Denver and steal a game. There's such a huge disadvantage about going into that era. And it's just, we've had a lot of problems in that stadium. The only way their defense is tough. They're going to be hard to run against. I can only hope, I just hope Zach doesn't make mistakes and manages the ball well and we don't embarrass ourselves and we score some points this time. And I'd be happy. Cheater check. I like that. Also, personally glad to have the Lightning not three-peat for the Stanley Cup. Yeah, that's what people say. It's good to see different people win sometimes. So, What's up, kid? Chiefs in the clutch in the house. It's a good guy. Good kid, I should say. Good kid. Check out his channel, Chiefs in the Clutch. Smart kid. He's definitely, when we eventually play the Chiefs, we will definitely collaborate together and he'll definitely be on. But he'll be on before that. We always find excuses to talk to a Chiefs fan. Blitz goes beats. 3 running backs and a fullback, or 4 running backs plus a fullback. The only reason I think that we might go 4 running backs and a fullback, which is hard to do because there's only so much. The only way I could explain it is we typically like to be a 3-headed monster on running back. So what if one guy gets hurt? But then the answer could be practice squad, that you have a running back, a 4th running back ready to go, maybe Bam Knight or something. And you do it that way. But I do think we're going to have a fullback. But you're right. It could just be 3 running backs and a fullback. But I definitely think we'll protect some running back on the practice squad. We'll have someone ready to go practicing and ready. That's not new. Just getting off a bus 3 days before a game. Isn't that a good visual? A guy with a backpack, big duffel bag, getting off the bus 3 days before the game. It happens to us. It happens. Last year. Jets all day, baby. Dakota does not get tired of the enthusiasm. I love that. Jeremy, I'm actually younger than Chiefs. You're younger than Chiefs. So you're younger than 17? How young are you? Arkansas. Man, what's up? I love this. The Midwesterns always get along. The Midwesterners, these guys from these states, Arkansas and Iowa, Kansas, they're always going to be friends, right? Actually, what am I saying? You guys probably, because of college football, hate each other's guts. Nothing much. But okay, these guys are having a conversation, and I'm like broadcasting it out for everybody. Good night, Raw Power. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, and see you next time. It is getting late on the East Coast. A lot of you have jobs coming across 11 p.m., so you have to go to bed. I get it. You're 14. Wow, that's young, kid. That's young. That's good, though. 14, my God, you don't remember anything but losing. The last time we were in it respectable in any way was 2015. You were 7 years old. The last time we had any respectability. 7 years old. You were like a first. I don't know what you missed. I said there's so much you don't know. But that's the first time I ever froze. I did a freeze bean. I think we'll carry 3 backs and a fullback. Okay. With Bam on the practice squad. Yeah, so we're on the same page. I think we should go with 2 quarterbacks. Yeah, the only problem is I hope we get something for Mike White. If we go, I think, well, we can go with either guy. I just think they like Flacco. But maybe if somebody offered us a pick for White, I think White's, at the very least, I think White is a young, really good backup quarterback, a kind of guy who could, be a real backup quarterback that you feel really good about. I don't think we should lose him for free. It's not easy to find that. I mean, I think he's a guy that keeps a team in the game. Not against Buffalo, but if you're playing like just an average game, he can come in for a couple of weeks and not let the season go to crap. So hopefully we get something for him. I'm from the Midwest. Jet up. Oh yeah, you're Chicago though. You got a real city next to you, Bradigan. You're not like you're not surrounded by like miles and miles of nothing but small towns with 80 population. I mean, you're near Chicago. Bradigan. Nick was surprised I was 14 when I told him Friday. Yeah, you type pretty good for a 14-year-old. And you seem to know what you're talking about. Yeah. You're mature for a 14-year-old. You are. So it makes me realize I have to watch what I say, censor my language a little bit. But that's okay. I wanted to make the channel more family friendly anyway. I do. But I do admit on Fridays, man, maybe you shouldn't be watching all that stuff. It's not me. It's Nick you shouldn't be watching. He's the bad influence. But how bad can Nick be? I mean, he got his 14-year. I think his son's about 14. He's usually got him right next to him when he's on, so he's not that bad. It's CJ that we got to watch out for. CJ DeSimone. That guy's cursing every fifth word. Guy doesn't stop cursing. So we got to be careful with him. But I'm sure Nick was surprised. The South is where it's at, y'all. Hey, man, my family lives in North Carolina. If you consider, is that South enough for you? Like, I know all about the Carolina vinegar-based barbecue. I know all about chicken biscuits. Chicken biscuits. I know all about biscuits and gravy. Biscuitville. Bojangles. I know. I got it down, man. What I love about the South is you can go to different parts of the South and the barbecue is different, but it's always great. Like people say, what kind of barbecue that you like? I say all of it, baby. I'll do the dry rub. I'll do the Kansas City. I'll do the North Carolina vinegar based, not the pulled pork part though. I'll get the brisket when it's that. But to be fair, I don't like the pulled pork in any kind of barbecue, really. I'm not a pulled pork guy. I don't know why. It just has a weird texture, a weird feel to it. Like, I don't know. There's a texture thing that I just don't dig. But man, do I like brisket, chicken, ribs. I'm all good about that. You're a chef and a son. You've told me that before, right? You told me that you said you'd hook me up if I ever went. Were you the one that told me you'd hook me up if you ever went down there? Or is that somebody who actually owns or manages a restaurant? I forget. Somebody said if you come down, we'll hook you up. So I was like all excited. I was like, man, there's a chef that's going to hook me up. Alabama has mayo-based barbecue? Is that for real? Come on. That doesn't sound good at all. I am not a mayo guy. The only thing I want mayonnaise in is egg salad. I mean, I'll do mayo sometimes on like a turkey sandwich, I guess. But like chicken salad, egg salad, that's mayo. Cold cuts, man, oil and vinegar. You know, Philly style, hoagie style. Oil and vinegar all day, baby. Unless it's just like sometimes I'm in a mustard mood. If you give me a good quality mustard and ham, I could do that. Maker wins the Cancer Trophy, great defenseman. Okay. You know more about hockey than I do, that's for sure. I would, yeah. It's pretty good on chicken. Oh, okay. The mayo-based barbecue sauce? I guess I would try it. I'll try anything. So, tastes like a wishbone creamy Italian. All right. I would prefer not to have known it has mayo in it. I think it's more psychological than anything. But, yeah, the only thing I can't do is fish or seafood. I'm not good with that stuff, and I don't like overly fancy with like garnish and stuff and green shit all over my food. But you know, otherwise I eat everything, like all the different meats. You know, like give me lamb chops, give me steak. I like chicken, every kind of chicken dish, pasta dishes. You know, all different kinds of barbecue. I like Jamaican food, not so much oxtail, but Jamaican beef patties. Oh yeah, jerk chicken. I like Thai food, as long as it's not like, I don't like the red curries. I like the yellow curries. I'm a little picky about certain things, but in every style of food, I can find something I like. So we finally found something Jeremy doesn't like to eat. True. I put flowers and shit on plates. That's okay, because flowers are easy to pull off. Just yank them off the plate, throw them at my wife. Here, honey, here's a flower. Oh, getting tired, guys. Getting tired. It's Sunday, and I got to work tomorrow. Summers are weird because we only have to work 4 days, and then we get 3-day weekends. So summer feels really nice, and it makes me think, what a great country it would be. Well, forget the country. I mean, I'm not going to speak for everybody else. I don't care about that. What a life I would have if I found a way or a job that I only had to work 4 days a week. Because let me tell you something, it makes such a big difference. Like the weekend is so much better, like fulfilling when you get 3 days. And then the week isn't as exhausting. It's like, it's just so much better. It would be great if the world just shifted into a 3-day weekend for everyone. Or at least for me. Tired? That show is just getting warmed up. The show is just getting warmed up. Come on, man. 2 hours and 23 minutes. I get respect, Principal Snacks. I get respect out there already for 2-hour shows. I got guys telling me, you like to grind, man. You grind. I'm like, grind? I'm just hanging out with my friends. I only get away with it because my wife got all this work she got to do. Otherwise, I'd be dead man walking. My nightmare is going to be when she graduates and she's done with all her classes. I got to hope she has like a night schedule, like with her work, because she's going to do all online. I got to hope she sees clients at night, like online clients. That keeps me up here. Otherwise, I'm going to get an earful. You know. I also have to like claim a time during the year that I can get on earlier. I earned my thumbs up. Really? What'd I do? I don't know what I did for it. Maybe it's best not to tell me, Gitmo. Maybe it's best not to tell me. Keep me on my toes. Don't make it too easy for me. Yeah. But anyway, we've been through a lot tonight. I'm trying not to be, right away people want to say, Homer, you're a Homer. Like if you say anything positive. And I hope if people are really listening to what I'm saying, when I say if everything clicks, that's a big, can't be ignored. If everything clicks. It also, some people could say it's a cop-out because you could say any team in the NFL, if everything clicks, is going to do well. I'm just making the point that we have a lot of things that could potentially click. Why are you saying happy 1-year anniversary, Snacks? What does that mean? It's not my happy. It's not this channel's 1-year anniversary. 1-year anniversary to what? November 28th is this channel's birthday. November 28th. I subscribed. There's no way, man. I haven't been around for 1 year. I started on November 28th. I was in San Diego at my brother Lee's house, which is no longer his house. That's the truth. Now, the channel existed, but it wasn't a Jets channel. I changed the name of a channel that I had that had cooking videos, like me filming my mom cooking meatloaf. I should repost that, shouldn't I? I should put that back up. I could just put it in a special category. So if people not interested, they don't have to be interested. I did a really funny video of my mom cooking meatloaf. I was very funny. I'm holding the phone. You don't see me. You just see her cooking. But I make very funny comments while she's cooking. So yeah, I should, shouldn't I? I'm going to create a different category on the channel. I forgot what it's called. There's these different, on the channel, there's different categories or sections, I put most of everything in news and views, but sometimes prediction shows, I might create a live show category and then throw all these live shows into it. Supposedly cataloging your shows in categories is a good thing to do. It's just hard to find the time. Join June 26th. I didn't exist. June 26, 21. I didn't exist. That's Frankie. Oh, you joined. Maybe you joined and saw me for the first time, but not on this channel. Because I was with Frankie a year ago, once a week or twice a week. Me and Frankie started on Sunday nights. Is it me and Frankie's show's 1-year anniversary? Because that would be cool to know. If that's true, that's kind of cool. That maybe our first show was a year ago. It was Calmness Meets Chaos. So, oh, you joined. Okay. Well, happy 1-year anniversary, buddy. But remember, November 28th is mine. It was Thanksgiving break. I was with Lee Cravat in his house. And I made the decision that I didn't mean for it to be cut short like that with Frankie. I never got to say, I have a farewell show. It was kind of weird because I think he misunderstood what I was doing. I was basically told him I wanted to do my own channel and that I should move on to that. And he just never sent me the link and we never did a channel together. And I just think it was a misunderstanding. I wasn't saying I'm never coming on your channel again. I was saying, hey, dude, I think I need to do my own channel. And yes, I was going to tone it down and not be with him on Fridays anymore because I couldn't do twice a week if I was doing my own channel. But I didn't mean to totally cut off our show. So it was kind of like an accident that happened, a miscommunication. I think my ego was too big to go and say that. So I just kind of let it go. Just kind of sad because I thought we had a good chemistry together. But anyway, back to the point. Me and Frankie were doing a show, and then I decided to do my own channel over Thanksgiving break because we both wanted to go in two different directions, I think, in my opinion. Not really totally different directions, but I wanted to do spontaneous stuff also. And he didn't. So I said, I'm going to start my own channel. And that's what I did. And I was going to start it on December 10th, which is my birthday. And what happens is CJ D. Simone from Weapons Hot saw on Twitter I have a big announcement for December 10th. And he said, come on my show and make the announcement. I said, okay, because December 10th was a Friday and Weapons Hot was on a Friday. And then I got a message from him on the 27th, 28th, whichever day was a Friday, saying, are you going to come on and make the announcement? And I said, well, why wait to the 10th? He's inviting me on a show. So I went on to Weapons Hot and I made the announcement. And I got like 5 or 6 subscribers right away. And then I was up to 15 or 20 right away because my family, you know, supported me, and a bunch, GJ and a lot of the other YouTube guys jumped on right away. And that was it. It just kind of took off. But I never had my farewell show with Frankie. I always regret that. It should have been a more, like, even a couple of weeks, so he could have prepared more and we could have at least said, or not even a final show. We could have kept going. Could have done like a 1-hour show together every week. Was happy to do it. But I think he stopped doing live shows anyway. He's too busy. He's busy doing those videos. The videos he does takes a lot more time than a lot of us because he actually gets a lot of information and does a lot of research. That's why a lot of his videos are a much higher quality as far as information and stuff, because he puts the time in. So he doesn't do as many live shows. I'm sure that he didn't say that, but if he did, I guess that's okay. It's hard to imagine. Frankie's not that type of person, I don't think, that would say that. But you know, his show might be better than mine. I think it depends on what you're looking for. I don't think that you have to compare. I think it's like comparing Chicago and New York pizza. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could like one a lot better than the other. You could like both for different reasons. I mean, I'd like to think that our channels aren't like I like one or the other and hate the other. There's a lot of people that like both our channels because Frankie gives a lot of facts and information. He does a lot of research. He has a different presentation style. He does more videos and less live. I do more of a hangout kind of thing. You know, I give my opinions. Oh, just kidding. Okay. I think we're 2 different things. We had a reunion show for like a few seconds once when Green Bean froze out, and it was just me and Frankie. I would love to have a reunion show with Frankie. I just don't think he's into it. So it's not because he's a bad person or anything. I just don't think he's interested. Hey, calm down. Who's calm? Who's not calm? What are you talking about? Detroit pizza. I've had it. I like Chicago pizza better if I'm going to go thicker crust, but I love all pizza, so it doesn't matter. I love all pizza. Detroit hot dogs. How about that? Detroit hot dogs. The second best hot dogs in the country after Nathan's, Coney Island. It's coffee with Frankie and slushies with snacks. I like that. That would be cool. Cool name for a reunion show. Coffee with Frankie, slushies with snacks. That would be a really cool, fun show to do. What is this? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's probably the link to that is probably the link to the prediction show. Am I that far behind in the chat? Detroit. St. Louis peach is the weirdest because they use this crazy cheese, this Pizzelle cheese or Gazelle. I forgot what it's called. It's crazy cheese. Detroit pizza is pretty good. Yeah, man, pizza is good no matter what. You know, like pizza's pizza. I mean, the very few pizzas I've met in my life that I don't like. California has a couple of chains of pizza that's horrible. Okay, so Domino's changed because in the 80s when I was a teenager, Domino's was actually okay. And so was Pizza Hut. I'm not saying it was good like New York pizza. I'm saying for what it was enjoyable and good. Domino's went to crap. They lowered their quality by 1,000%, and so did Pizza Hut. Okay, it is not the same that it was in the 80s. It used to be a lot better. When Pizza Hut was a restaurant, it was fun. Okay, it was not bad. It wasn't as good as the Brooklyn pizza places like that I grew up with, but it was good. Like you can go there and enjoy it. And Domino's we used to order it with the toppings. They used to be like that was their whole thing. Like teenagers loved it because it was like $9.99 with all the toppings. They used to call it the Super Destroyer. But man, has it gotten bad. It's almost unedible. But also what's bad in California is they have 2 chains that I cannot stand. They're the absolute worst. One is called Round Table. Okay. And people out here like it. And it drives me nuts because it is the most disgusting pizza. It is disgusting Like, it is absolutely awful. It's like when I'm on a diet and people are eating round table pizza, I am not even tempted. It is that bad. And they charge a fortune. They charge it as if they're this top quality pizza. You cannot imagine how much money they want. They want like $30, $35 for a 14-inch pie. It's absolutely it's absolutely insane. And the other one is Mountain Mike's. Oh, so bad. So bad. Someone offered to take me there. They said, let's go to Mountain Mike's. They have an all-you-can-eat lunch. And I said, no, thanks. I'd rather go pay. And I went to this Jamaican restaurant and bought myself a few Jamaican beef patties. Okay? And you have to be really bad for me to say no thanks to someone to treat me to an all-you-can-eat pizza lunch. But Mountain Mike's and Round Table is as bad as any pizza in the country. And I have no shame saying it. Check out the video. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm doing a show right now. I can't check out the video. Why don't you text it to me so I can check it out? But everybody, check out that video. I have no idea what it is, but my brother's saying check it out. I've had Detroit pizza, or at least imitations of it, and I like it. It's kind of like an in-between of round, thin pizza and thick Chicago pizza. And I like the way it goes all the way to the edge. I like there's a lot of sauce. So yeah, Detroit pizza. It's cool. Chicago pizza is definitely delicious, man. Chris, one day when I go back there, we were supposed to have a trip to Chicago, me and my brothers, and then the pandemic happened. But when I used to go to Chicago all the time for business. But the next time I'm ever in Chicago, if I'm ever there again, which I would imagine I'll be, we'll meet up. You'll tell me where to go. I'd like to eat like at a local, non-famous place that the locals love. So, have you seen the video of Jon Stewart making fun of Trump eating pizza? I have not. I'm going to look it up. I'm always in for a good laugh. What's this? Pizza review in San Diego. Okay, cool. San Diego has good pizza. I have good pizza, by the way, in California. There's good pizza. I'm just naming the pizza that's bad. You guys have seen me on the show eating good pizza. There's good pizza here. It's not like the best of New York, but it's scratches the itch. Like, it's good. Like, I've had places there's a place that's a little further, 35 miles away, that is legit Brooklyn pizza. And then there's a place that I can order from that is really close, like really close. And then there is a third place that is a different style. It's Sacramento style or San Francisco style pizza. It's very different, but it's very good and very delicious. So, and then there's a place from the supermarket, the Co-op Market here, that you guys have seen me eat that's actually shockingly good. Provel is the name of the cheese for St. Louis pizza. And then there's the breakfast pizza. I think the breakfast pizza that I had wasn't good because it was in the wrong state, Iowa. I had it in the airport in LA, and it was just bland. I had it in a place called Sammy's, which is Sammy's wood fire pizza, very overrated. People in California think it's good. It's not. But their salads are delicious. They do chopped salads, and they're wonderful. Their pizza is disgusting. So maybe that's why their breakfast pizza sucked. Just oily, thick crusts, not real, not good. Horrible sauce and cheese. Me and my wife, the last time we were in San Diego visiting my brother, went there for one of our meals, and we were extremely upset and disappointed on how bad it was. I don't know if it went down in quality or if we were just dreaming it when we thought it was good originally. Or I used to buy the salads there and didn't realize the pizza sucked. It's early, but who's in cut from the squad that will hurt the most? And the Amici's is good West Coast pizza. Yeah, I like Amici's. Amici's in Mountain View is pretty good. What's funny is the best pizza that's local here is called Giovanni's. And the best pizza in the Bay Area is called Giovanni's. And it's not the same owner, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're cousins now. Now I think their cousins are related because they use the same method. Like, they both have the same method to replicate New York. They have to take it out of the regular oven and for the last 2 minutes, put it in a special oven with a really high heat on top to finish the cheese off. And it makes me like cousins or something. I got to ask them. And it's the same quality. I think they're definitely related to each other because the pizza's so similar. It's early, but who's going to be caught that's going to hurt the most? I think personally, from a personal level, Kenny Yeboah is going to hurt for me, and a few people, the people who like Kenny Yeboah. Who else? If they cut Jason Pinnock, that would hurt because I really think he has potential as a safety. I really want Pinnock and Ashton Davis to make the team. I think that Ashton Davis deserves another chance to see where he goes. This is his make or break year. And I think Pinnock deserves more of a chance because I think he did good in his sample. I think Cager, because of what I'm hearing about him, but that's all in shorts. But what I'm hearing about him in his transition to tight end, I think that cut would hurt. I think if Bam Knight gets cut, I'll be annoyed. I really liked him at NC State, so I wouldn't want to see him cut. Not many of them hurt me that much. I'm not that. I mean, a lot of the ones that other people are getting all bent out of shape about, I'm not. I kind of wanted to see what Isaiah Dunn would do, so I'd be a little disappointed if he was cut. Like, I think he's going to be a casualty, maybe practice squad. I was kind of high on him potentially being good. Bryce Huff would be a bummer. That's about it, I think, unless I'm forgetting someone. But that's pretty much it for me. Roundtable is awful, but fun with a pitcher of beer after a softball game. Yeah, but I mean, why wouldn't it be better to find a place that had beer that had good pizza? Forgot if Giovanni's in Santa Clara had good beer. I forgot if they sell beer. But man, that was much better pizza. Remember the other place? The what was it called? The hamburger bar place? That was much better on Lawrence Expressway. I'm forgetting the name. That place was great. Not for pizza, for burgers. What is this pizza place called? Which one? I never heard of Mountain Mike's. Yeah, Mountain Mike's is a chain in California. They sell beer and pizza. So they're just California are awful. If you come to California, don't eat those places. You just let me know, and based on where you are, I'll tell you where to go. There's some good places in San Diego. There's good places in LA. There's good places in San Francisco. Not good like New York. I mean, but good. Like, if you're in the mood for pizza, it's good pizza. Like, there's places to go. If you're in Berkeley and you like Chicago style, you go to Zachary's. San Francisco and the northern Little Italy, like in San Francisco, there's a couple of places that are good. I think one of them is, I want to say. So there's some good stuff. In the Marina District in San Francisco, I used to live there. There was a place called Village Pizza that was very good. I don't know if they're still there or not. So what about the Jets no longer being a joke? We talked about that for a first hour, man. I don't think they're a joke anymore. And I think other teams are going to be I think we're going to surprise a lot of teams, and we're going to start proving ourselves that we're not a joke. And I think it's going to be an advantage in the beginning when teams take us lightly and think we're going to be this easy team. And no matter how much they try to take you seriously, it's psychologically, it's hard when you believe in your head you're going to beat someone. You don't get as pumped up, or you don't get as intense and focused as players when you have like a division game. But the only problem with the Baltimore game is first game of the year, everybody's pumped up. But if we lose that game and then go and then play Cleveland, Cleveland might be overconfident. That's all I'm saying. What is this? What do you think of Steve Atwater? By the way, he went to Arkansas and he was a Jet, so it's perfect. I think Steve Atwater was a great player. Not for us, for Denver. Do you watch Dave Portnoy's Pizza Reviews? I like that show. I may have seen it and I just don't remember his name. I watch a lot of that. I haven't had time since I did the channel. I used to watch a lot of pizza shows. Now what I do, my brother's like very into the videos of pizza right now. What I'm doing now is when I go to a place on a trip, I then look it up right before that for that place. So I'm very focused and I don't forget. So if I go back to New York, I'm going to stay with my friend David on Staten Island. In the years since I've been gone, Staten Island has some elite pizza places, like top of the world pizza places. Staten Island is like incredibly underrated. They have at least 3 or 4 places that are like top of the line, amazing pizza. So I am definitely gonna, like, when I go to New York, look it up. I'm gonna ask Stack Exchange, Steve from Stack Exchange from the Jets Lounge. He definitely knows the places. My friend David, who I'm visiting, knows the places. So I'm definitely gonna hit up some really good Staten Island pizza. And then when I travel to places, like when me and my wife went to Vancouver, we looked it up and we found a place in Vancouver in the Gaslight District that was absolutely out of this world. It was like New York City wood oven pizza quality. It was as good as any pizza we've had, not as good as any pizza we've had in New York, but the average wood oven pizza in New York on Bleecker Street, if you just went into a random place, this place would stay in business. So that's what I do. Rather than try to track all the pizza everywhere, I worry about it when the trip actually happens. So when I go to Chicago, I'm going to reach out to my friend Chris Bradigan, and he's going to tell me where I need to go. Is they cut Lee Cravat, that would suck. If they cut Lee Cravat, it would absolutely suck. I mean, he's my in. You know what I mean? No, Mountain Mike's is not. I don't think that's putting frozen pizza. They might get the dough pre-made frozen and use canned sauce. And I don't think they don't know how to make a real pizza sauce. You know what I mean? Like in Brooklyn, we literally would buy from Italy imported canned tomatoes, like whole tomatoes, and then grind them in a grinder. This is how real pizza sauce is made. Grind them in a grinder. And then we would add salt, sugar, basil, oregano, and mix it and add, those kind of things, pepper. And the thing about real pizza sauce is that it's not cooked tomato sauce. It is never cooked until it's on the dough in the oven. That's the first time it gets cooked. So that's a thing that you need to know for it to be legitimate, at least legitimate New York style pizza. I think one of the good things about what I like about style pizza, the deep dish, is that since it bakes for like 40, 45 minutes, the sauce caramelizes, which is really nice. It gets a nice sweetness, which I absolutely love. In Chicago, you can eat 10 squares and still feel good about yourself. Cool. 10 squares? They have square pizza in Chicago? After 5 games, they will know. We'll know what our record is. Beating Baltimore 49-17. That is optimistic. I would love for it to happen, especially if I'm there. Wow, that would be amazing. Okay, man, time to get water and ice and some food. Have a good water and ice. What do you know, hotel? All right, my friend. Take care. Thanks for being here. They'd never cut me. I get even. I'm going to watch the Jon Stewart video, I promise. Absolutely right. I know what that is, that you're going to tell me, you're going to take me to the best pizza place, right? Bradigan. And then you'll take me to the best pub, Irish pub. We'll drink some Irish whiskey and have some beer. Yeah. Where are my Irish guys? I guess it's the middle of the night for them. Irish, liberal Irishmen, techno, missing some. Goes on like crazy road trips, so maybe that's where he is. Phil Adams, he's been busy. He's an archiver guy. So some of those guys, I'm missing them, but they'll be around when the season starts. All right, guys, 2 hours and 50 minutes. I'm beat. Let me say hello to Jacob Finnegan. You guys, just when I went out, you pull me back in. Irish, but don't live in Ireland. Well, with a name like Finnegan, it does not surprise me that you're Irish. There once was a man named Jacob Finnegan. I know all about Irish music. Dang, bye, Jeremy. Sorry, man. Sorry, I'll get you on. Don't worry, I'll do more of these call-ins. I promise. Don't feel bad, buddy. You can still call and leave a message. Call that phone number and leave a message. Write it down. and then I'll play the voicemail the next time I'm on if I don't do live calls. How about that? That's what Matt O'Leary does. He plays voice messages. So, Irish, baby. I love the Irish. My sister-in-law is Irish. So my nieces are half Irish. Irish. Good night, GVH. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, Chris. Thanks for coming in, Jacob. Thank you to my brother Lee. Thank you to Arkansas. Thank you to Knobcraft. You're a great dude. I appreciate you. Grandizer. Iowan, thanks for calling in before. Jets Mess. Thanks, buddy. I'll see you soon. Snowball, thanks a lot for coming. Let's see. Scrolling up. Who else? I don't want to forget anybody. This show went on a long time. Modine, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the support you give to the channel, my friends. Gitmo Bob, thanks. Glad I was able to keep you up for a while and entertain you. Hope it made you feel better. Or I hope you're continuing to feel better. Blitzko Beats, thanks a lot. I appreciate you, brother. Anybody who's left, Chiefs in the Clutch, if you're still here, thanks. John Hepburn, thanks. I appreciate you. Nathan Colgrove, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you being here. Man, so many of you came in. Dom C, thanks a lot, man. Johnny Murahiel, thank you so much for coming by. Raw Power was here. Jose Mayo was here. A-Lab Studios. Thanks to everyone. I appreciate all of you. Joe Grana, thank you so much for being here. And who can forget Dakota J, biggest supporter tonight for sure. Rugs89 New York, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Man, am I forgetting anybody? I probably am. Richard from Jersey, thank you. Stephen Engel was here before, thank you. So many. Kevin Jackson, thanks for being here. Lou Stools was here. Thank you, Lou Stools. Kelly Wilson was here. I'm so bored was here. Hopefully he wasn't bored of me. So much support, guys. Really, really appreciate it. And that's about, let's see. So I'm scrolling, I'm looking. Sean Bennett, thank you for joining tonight. Just tons of you. We had a good night, man. We got up to 50 at one point. I really appreciate that. On a Sunday night all by myself. Who says I can't do this, right? So take care, everyone. I will leave you with since Lee was here, I'll give Lee some airtime. I'll leave you with this. Oh yeah. Go. Amazing. That's my boy. He
Breaks away from a sack and completes the pass for first down.
Kittle just may have made the most amazing catch.
He fights for the first down and gets out of bounds too.
It's no good. Overtime.
Wait a second. And Knobcraft. To say goodnight to Knobcraft. Thank you, Knobcraft, so much. I appreciate you. Cameron, thank you so much. If I forgot. Daniel Meehan, thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate you being here before. Sorry, I almost forgot about Knobcraft, though, so I had to come back on. So let's do it one more time. Good night, everybody. Oh yeah. Go. Amazing. That's my boy.
He breaks away from a sack and completes the pass for first down.
Kittle just may have made the most amazing catch.
He fights for the first down and gets out of bounds too.
It's no good. Overtime. Oh, what a catch. How do you drop that? What are you, Jamal Adams? Touchdown.
This is a touchdown all the way.
He reached over the pylon. San Francisco beat Cincinnati.